For the first time this season, we've got high school basketball on WFAA+. And tonight in Frisco, it's a girls-boys doubleheader featuring some of the best programs in the state. And in the leadoff spot, a girls basketball matchup with first place on the line. Frisco Memorial hosts Frisco Heritage on high school game night. And with that, we welcome you courtside here at Frisco Memorial's High School, their gymnasium. Mike Leslie, Heckma Harrison here with you. Back again, my man. Back again with more high school basketball. Off for a couple of months since the football season wrapped up, but good to get it stirred back up. We're back here on WFAA Plus with some high school action.
Hey, back like we never left, and we have a really, really good one. Number one, number two, boys and girls, man, this is a great game going to be happening here in Frisco.
We will start with the girls game that tips off in about 6 or 7 minutes. Frisco Heritage, Frisco Memorial, both of them 8-1 in district play. Winner of this game will be in the catbird seat to win a district championship this season. There are other contenders, but these are the two primary contenders. A win tonight puts you in a really good spot.
One thing I love about this is the familiarity between these two squads. And you know that they battle throughout the year. They've been playing against each other since elementary school. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that familiarity. But like you said, there's a lot on the line tonight. A district title, to be exact.
A lot of talent on the floor tonight as well. Let's show you our players to watch for these two teams. Jaden Middleton, the senior from Frisco Heritage, and then Memorial senior Presley Powell. Middleton, the first 1,000-point scorer in Frisco Heritage program history. They're only in their 8th season as a program, but she's the first one to ever do it, and she did it last year, Heckma, as a junior.
You know, most of the time when you say that someone is a 1,000-point career scorer, you just stop talking after that because their play has already told you everything you need to know, and obviously Jaden Middleton is outstanding.
Meanwhile, for Memorial, Presley Powell, not a big scorer. That's not the primary thing that she does, but Heckma, she does everything else. So much so that despite the lack of scoring, she was the district MVP a year ago.
Look, and her coach just raves about her. And she's the glue of this team. And like you said, the things that she does, the intangibles, may not hit the stat sheet. But I tell you, La Tech came in here and they made sure that they got a commitment from her.
For both of these teams, pace is going to be a storyline in this game. They both have the ability to play with it, but there is also just the intangible storyline of who's going to be able to make shots tonight off of basically a week off. The last time either of these two teams played or practiced was last Thursday before the winter storm. This was supposed to be a Tuesday night game, then got moved to Wednesday, now has been moved to Thursday. Could have hypothetically been pushed again today because school was closed, but they've got more games tomorrow, so they had to get this game in somewhere. It's important for the district just to have district certification, but these kids have not shot the basketball in a while, Heckman. There's going to be a feeling out period, I think, in this game.
I think the first couple of minutes is going to tell you everything about it. I mean, they're going to have to knock off some rust. A lot of them haven't been in the gym, like you said, over the last 5 days. So very important. They know what is at stake. But I think for me, what I'm going to be looking for is to see if Heritage can handle the pressure from Memorial. Memorial's one of those teams that they press you all over the floor. Can they handle that? Can their ball handlers make sure that they get the ball inside? Can they get the easy shots because of that? And so for me, Memorial is going to have a leg up because they're going to rely on their defense to carry their offense.
First time these two teams played, a 51-33 win for Frisco Memorial. Much closer than that, though, for the first half of the basketball game. And certainly Heritage feels like they can recreate what they did those first 2 quarters and change and make this a game all the way through. They have wanted an opportunity to beat Frisco Memorial a chance tonight for sure.
They never have. And so that is enough to have you motivated. But again, it is because of the way that these two teams play, the way that Memorial is set up. They understand, look, they can come into their home gym against a Heritage squad that is probably eager to beat them. But hey, these first couple of minutes, because of the rust and all the things that we've already talked about, it's going to be this. I think it plays into the hands of Heritage.
This is the first of 2 games tonight here at Frisco Memorial's High School Gymnasium. We will carry the boys game tonight as well. That game set to start in about an hour and a half, at least as scheduled. It will depend, obviously, on how long the girls game takes to proceed. But that game also, Heckma, a ton to look forward to. Number 1 and number 9 in the state rankings. a ridiculous matchup coming your way in an hour and a half as well that everybody's looking forward to, too.
Man, you talk about some players in this next game. Yeah, so just buckle up. I mean, I came in obviously excited about the girls' game, but it is the boys' game. It is the nightcap that I think everybody should stick around for because, man, there are some guys that's going to be on this court that you're going to be able to see on Saturday, especially at the next level.
We will tip it off next here on High School Game Night. Tip-off for the girls' game coming your way in about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll be back after this for the start of Frisco Heritage and Frisco Memorial on High School Game Night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
We welcome you back here inside the gymnasium at Frisco Memorial High School. The national anthem moments away. Do a moment of silence here in the gymnasium for the loss of Elizabeth Engel and Gracie Brito, the 2 teens from Frisco Wakeland that were lost earlier this week in a sledding accident.
Now, let's introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Coyotes of Heritage. Number 1,
certainly a difficult week for Frisco ISD.
Number 3, Dania Suter.
A moment to remember 2 young women
Number
that
4, Addie Brown.
were integral
Number 11,
to the Frisco community.
Number 13,
Frisco Heritage and Frisco Memorial girls basketball ready to get underway.
Assisted by Molly Murphy, Josie Ishmael, and Victor Ramos.
Starting lineups for Frisco Heritage. Just introduced Jaden Middleton, Danny Henry, Cami Batak, Denia Suter, and Addie Brown. And now the Frisco Memorial starting lineup being introduced as well. Aubrey Axtell, Presley Powell, Peyton Jones, Jevin Collier, and Samantha Everidge. These 2 teams mirror images of each other in a lot of ways in terms of the seasons they've had so far. Heritage 19-12 and 8-1 in district play. Frisco Memorial 19-9 and 8-1 in district play. These 2 teams have been destined for this moment right here to decide who's going to win District 11 5A.
And that's why this one is so hard to call. You talk about both of these schedules and their records, and they're so very closely matched. Look, only the tip-off, it will tell here today in Frisco. But I just wanted to say, to add on to that, the moment of silence that we had, this community here in Frisco, everyone has a heavy heart because of those 2 tragic losses.
Elizabeth Angle, Gracie Brito, 16 years old. Hard to fathom. Classmates, contemporaries of the young women that we will see compete tonight here on high school game night. If you are watching on the WFAA YouTube channel, please let us know who you think is going to win the game tonight. We've got a poll up in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. If you got a favorite player on either one of these 2 teams. Larry Harris, our crew chief, getting ready to toss the basketball in the air. This marks the 15th time these 2 teams have played in girls basketball. Frisco Memorial 14-0. Coming into tonight, Heritage with a chance to make some history, and they will start with possession. Jaden Middleton, the 1,000-point scorer that we told you about at the top of the telecast. Starting the offense, comes near side now for Addie Brown. A man-to-man look here from Frisco Memorial defensively. The look across the paint won't go for Danny Henry.
Well, a great pass on the inside to Henry. Henry just not able to execute in that 2-3 zone from Memorial.
The corner 3 won't go. Good rebound underneath by Presley. Powell has it blocked down low by Henry. And the loose ball grabbed by Middleton, and she'll look to run.
All right, I guess you can make up for that missed point if you're Henry based off of that block.
The 3 rattles out off the hands of Denia Suter. Fans starting to make their way in here at Frisco Memorial High School. 4:30 in the afternoon start, a little earlier than the norm, but
Mike, the ice is starting to melt outside, and they are going to make their way to this gym. This is a matchup that everyone's been waiting for.
Nice look on the cut, and Peyton Jones draws the foul.
Love the patience right there by Peyton Jones, working her way down the lane to get the contact.
Jones leads the Warriors in scoring, 11.5 a game. Good 3-point shooter as well. And she'll look to break the seal on this one, 1 minute and 11 seconds in. Frisco Memorial, one of the premier programs in the area, a regular contender at the top of the state. Made it to the state semis a year ago. As the second free throw will go, and a 1-0 tally in favor of Frisco Memorial. And they will pick up some pressure here on Heritage. Coyotes able to break it relatively easily as Batak brings it up top for Middleton to set the offense.
And Mike, that's the pressure that I was talking about in the open that I'm sure Heritage was expecting to see, and the defense out high on the perimeter.
Nice look, but ranging across to get the block, a foul called. Jevin Collier can't believe the whistle.
Jevin Collier a little bit late there, but then getting the contact.
So to the free throw line goes Danny Henry. And she hits the first. Frisco Heritage coming in 19-12 in the year. Again, both these teams 8-1 in district. Whoever wins today will walk out of here in first place in District 11-5A. Another 1-for-2 trip, this time for Danny Henry, and it's a 1-1 basketball game. Heritage is a program on the rise in Frisco ISD, starting to really see it come together this season. Nice look underneath, but it's blocked from behind by Henry and chased down in the corner by Batak.
How about Henry already showing you her value inside?
Jaden Middleton knifing through and scoring.
Yeah, nice cut to the basket by Jaden Middleton, not taking any time to even anticipate downhill immediately.
The Coyotes leading scorer at better than 12 a game. Jones hounded, loses it, loose on the deck, rolled over with it, and that's going to be a travel on Peyton Jones and a turnover created by the defensive pressure of Denia Suter.
Again, Suter saw it right away. As soon as she was having problems with the handle, Suter got right in her hip pocket and forced the traveling penalty.
Good cut to get loose by Batak. The floater, too strong. Powell, the district MVP a year ago, knifing through the lane. Can't get the finish. No hesitation whatsoever down the floor, and Danny Henry finishes.
That's what you got to do. Reward your big when they run the floor like that. Henry's already been putting in work here early with blocks.
Last time they met again in Frisco Heritage's gym, as that one is short-armed. Rebound chased down in the corner by Jevin Collier, and it will stay Warriors' possession. A 51-33 basketball game, but again, it was tight, certainly through the first half. It was the third quarter where Memorial was able to pull away. Aubrey Axel, the freshman, was integral in that sequence. Yes. Rochelle Vaughn, the head coach for Memorial, inserted her in the basketball game, and she really made a difference and helped them build that lead. They'll bring it up top. Samantha Ernest just into the basketball game. She's a three-point shooter for them. Powell had it taken from behind. Batak with the rip.
Oh, man. That was a great spin move initially by Powell, but even better defense by Heritage.
Now Memorial takes it back. Jones, pull-up 16-footer will go.
There you go. You get a little bit of calm right there for Memorial with that shot by Peyton Jones.
Brown, 16-footer.
Looked good, felt good, just didn't fall.
Midway point of quarter number one, and a 5-3 tally in favor of the Coyotes. Three-pointer on the way for Collier. Heritage basketball.
It's a good screen initially that got Collier open. From our vantage point, that shot looked like it was good, but just front rim.
Frisco Heritage in year number 4 under head coach Blake Reedy, taking over this program after he was part of the Frisco Wakeland staff at one point, their baseball coach a few years back. Three-pointer, front iron, no. For Royal Crooks, a foul on the rebound, though, is going to keep it on that end. Blake Reedy, the brother of Rick Reedy, that led the way for the Frisco Liberty program to their immense success over the course of the last decade or so. He's now at Rockwall High and looking to do the same thing his brother did at Liberty here at Heritage. Middleton will try a three. Collier will bring it back over to Peyton Jones on the left wing, and they'll look to reset the offense. Rochelle Vaughn, the head coach for Memorial, hollering at her team, too much dribbling. That's a better looking pass. Skip pass for a three-point look. Won't go. The rebound, though, and the putback for Peyton Jones.
And you get that height advantage with Cammie Batak stuck there on the box.
Now a turnover. Jones with the steal off a great trap in the corner. Jones can't get the layup to go. Tried to reverse it. Loose on the deck, but Batak's got her hands on it. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this end.
I think pace of play right now is favoring the Warriors. You talked about it initially, about both of these teams not having an opportunity to get in the gym.
The three-pointer will go for Peyton Jones, who is scorching hot. She's got 7 straight points, and Memorial's got their first lead since 1-0. In fact, she has all 8 of their points. Nearly a steal. Brown, and it's a 10-second violation. The pressure from Memorial cranking up here early.
You knew at some point that it was going to show up. Coach Vaughn, that's what she talks about being her staple. They are going to pressure all over the court. Can the Coyotes stand that?
The turnover off the 10-second call, and an extra possession stolen here by Memorial. Now nearly they threw it away. Jones did a good job to corral that loose ball. Collier to the line.
That is a hard matchup, but you see right now, going to more of a half-court look, how this favors the Warriors and them getting it inside to Collier.
So Collier to the free throw line for 2. Back iron on the first. Rochelle Vaughn, the head coach for Memorial, the only head coach in program history, been there all 8 seasons since the school opened up. 197-82 in her career. A couple of 30-win seasons, a couple of really deep runs in the playoffs. Not quite able to hoist the ultimate trophy, but they have been close a couple times, and they certainly thought this year was going to be another opportunity, Heckma, for them to get close. Sydney Murphy's injury early on in the season derailed a lot of their plans.
Yeah, and you know what? When you talk to a coach like Coach Vaughn, she's not going to admit that. What she's going to do is rely on a lot of her other players to get things going. But you see, these ladies, they play really tough, Mike.
What a block by Presley Powell.
What? Are you telling me?
Just a terrific play. And then the timeout hit by Rochelle Vaughn. We talked about it off the top of the telecast. Presley Powell, the district MVP, despite the fact that she only scores 6.3 points per game. An all-state performer last year, despite the fact that she's not a big-time scorer. But it's because of plays like that.
Yeah, I mean, she just a never-say-die attitude. And they're playing that 2-3 zone. And to Heritage's credit, they made the proper pass, but it was Powell defensively pretty much streaking right away to the offensive player to get the block. Those are the kind of plays that you just can't coach that, right? A lot of times you just say, look, we're burnt on defense. You know, let that point go. Not Presley Powell. She's going to continue to hustle.
Meanwhile, Peyton Jones with 8 points here in the early going. The only other point from Memorial came from that Jevin Collier free throw a moment ago. A 9-5 lead as the first quarter winds to a close here. A minute and a half to play in the opening period. Corner 3. Rattles in and out. Rebound pulled down, though, on the weak side. It's back out to Powell. Loose on the deck in the lane. Ripped away underneath by Grace Drummond. And another jump ball. This time the possession arrow will give it to the Coyotes.
Now, I want to see if the Warriors can get some looks in the paint. Right now, they're settling for those perimeter shots that aren't falling right now. But try and get some easier looks. Try and feed the post.
Again, this pressure tipped away by Powell. It will stay Heritage basketball, but Heckman, they are creating a lot of havoc right now with this trapping press.
Man, you say that again, partner, because look, here's the other part about it. Those long passes are just not working right now for Heritage.
Batak hounded, gives it in the corner. Three-pointer on the way, rattles in and out. Rebound down to Powell. Denaya Suter was halfway down with that triple. Wild shot in the lane, won't go for Malia Kendall. Final minute of the first quarter. Middleton nearly lost it, able to keep her dribble. Triple teamed in the paint, another jump ball, and it's a turnover. Memorial with it on the possession arrow.
And Mike, that's great help defense by Presley Powell right there, recognizing that right there, Jaden Middleton is trying to get into the paint. She just sticks her hand out and interrupts her dribble and then forces the turnover.
The defensive pressure from Frisco Memorial the story of this opening quarter. Heritage had those 5 points early on, and they have gone scoreless ever since. Memorial. The backdoor look and the finish underneath. Aubrey Axtell, the freshman. And it's 11-5.
And Mike, that's where I was talking about feeding the post, and you see the Warriors do it right there. Whoa.
Another jump ball and a lot of contact down low.
Wow.
It's going to stay on this end.
That's called getting the weight room.
That was a lot of contact.
Yeah.
.5 to play. Middleton's going to throw it in. They'll have to shoot it pretty quick here. They'll give it back to Middleton. Corner three, almost banked it in. But that will bring the opening quarter to a close. 11-5, Frisco Memorial riding a 10-0 run to the end of the period. High school game night, back after this.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Back on high school game night, 11-5 the tally after one. ECMA, a 10-0 run from Frisco Memorial to end that second quarter, and it really lasted for kind of the last 4.5, 5 minutes of the first quarter. What were they able to do to create it?
Well, shut down. They started the full court press, and I think that really just started kind of to shake Heritage up a little bit. You saw them having trouble with the 10-second half court. Then they're turning the ball over as well, and that's Memorial basically just forcing the issue. And Coach Vaughn, when we talked to her, that was what she talked about. Look, what we're going to do is we're going to pressure all over the court.
Yeah.
That's our MO.
I wonder if we will see over the course of this afternoon the shooting percentages correspondingly rise as these kids get warm and get back into the flow of playing for really the first time in a week. That's a triple try from deep. Nice rebound by Powell underneath, but had to take it away. Good steal. It ends up in the hands of Suter.
I would have liked for Powell to go right back up with it. That was a strong rebound.
Suter draws the foul.
And based off of the flow of this game right now, Mike, like I said, when I see the Memorial, they can make life a lot easier for themselves if they get the ball down into the post.
Middleton will key the inbound here from the baseline.
What a great trap.
Brown gives it back up top. No shot clock in Texas high school basketball, so there is no hurry whatsoever. Baseline drive for Addie Brown. Tried to hammer pass and threw it away. Looking for Henry.
That's great defense by Axtell.
Axtell, just a freshman. 2 sports star, great volleyball player as well. She's a terrific athlete.
Yes, she is, but again, even better defense and better down low.
The turnaround will go for Collier.
How about that from Collier? And you love it when players don't hesitate. They're not thinking about it. She's catching that ball in rhythm, getting it back up and scoring the 2 points.
Addie Brown driving to the baseline, can't hit the 14-footer. Nice play by Presley Powell to tip it to herself, and she's on the break. Pull up 14-footer. Tipped in, I think, by Danny Henry.
I believe it was as well. You could tell based off of her reaction, a little friendly. She didn't want to do that. All right.
15-5 the tally. It's a 14-0 run, and that shot from Batak will not end it. Up ahead for the freshman, Axtell has to save it inbounds. Right to Batak. Middleton has it taken away, the double team, and the steal by Powell, but wolfed from behind. Batak trying to find Danny Henry. Heritage a little out of sorts here. The three misses front iron. Nearly taken away. Axtell able to kick it up, but Batak with the steal.
Yeah, great job by Batak. They got this 2-3. They're working it, man, and they are trapping out on the baseline. Way to force the turnover for the Coyotes.
Frisco Heritage has now gone a full quarter without scoring. Their bucket to make it 5-1 came with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Middleton trying to end the drought, and she does with a triple.
Another one catching the ball in rhythm. Knocking down the three. That was huge for Heritage.
Just to take the lid off the rim.
Unbelievable. They have been dealing with so much pressure from the Warriors.
Nice defense on the baseline. Henry spilled to the deck, knocked it out of bounds. It will stay Memorial basketball.
Hey, Henry's been doing it all. She's been getting the blocks, trying to get rebounds.
Middleton with 6 of the 8 points for Frisco Heritage. Corner for Ernest, who drives baseline. Loose underneath, Powell draws the contact, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, they got to get their big Danny Henry right now. She's tired. She has had her hands full with Presley Powell down low and Collier.
Grace Drummond will come in, replacing Addie Brown. Henry, the senior, 6 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. Her head coach, Blake Reedy, said she's the best communicator he's ever coached. Just a terrific leader for this team.
That's a phenomenal compliment.
A 2-for-2 trip at the free throw line, and it's a 17-8 lead. Finally, they find the pressure release valve in the middle, and it sets up Middleton for 3.
And you see how easy that was for them, Mike. They didn't panic. You had Danny Henry step up to the midcourt and make the pass to Jaden Middleton. Knock down that 3, made it look easy.
Jaden Middleton with back-to-back triples. She's got 9 points now on the day, and it's down to a 6-point advantage. And now nearly a steal. Triple try for Heritage will go for Peyton Jones.
I think the only team that came out initially rusty was the Warriors. You're starting to see them warm up.
Right back they come with a 3 of their own. This time it's Suter banging the triple. So yes, the field goal percentages will increase from quarter to quarter. Quite a bit here in this second frame. The offense coming to life for two teams that are playing for the first time in a week. Good rebound in amongst 3 maroon jerseys. Nice work by Kimora Silman just into the basketball game. It was a jump ball, though, and possession will go to Heritage. I believe that was the call.
Okay.
Certainly nothing about that looked worthy of a foul, like a loose ball foul or anything of that sort. I didn't see that signal. That's a deep triple, and she buries it.
Okay.
Denia Suter with back-to-back threes.
I tell you what, it's cold outside, but it is warming up in Memorial's gym.
Goodness, Denia Suter hit that one from Prosper, and it's a 3-point game, 20-17, with under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. In the lane, lots of contact, and to the free throw line will go Peyton Jones. Jones with 11 points in this first half for Memorial.
Denia Suter, what a shot. He said from Prosper.
She averages 12 a game, just under 12 a game, the second leading scorer for Blake Reedy's team. That one rattles out, and it will stay a 3-point game. Peyton Jones, a 1-for-2 trip, but she is filling it up today. She already has a dozen above her season average.
And she has been a menace on defense.
Yes. 4-point game, late second quarter. Middleton. One-on-one. Gets her to fall down. Step back. That one got a piece. That should stay on this end, I believe. Wow.
Boy,
I'm surprised they say that is Memorial ball. It looked like it got blocked.
And Middleton is a little upset because she got fouled on that, and the foul wasn't called. And Coach Reedy right now, he is giving it to the officials.
$16-footer for Powell.
And that's just where she lives. In that 16-foot area, getting the rebounds, and again, doing all the dirty work. She is as advertised, and we see it playing out here in this game.
Batak trying to set the offense against the much taller Aubrey Axtell, the freshman. Baseline drive, nice look on the backside, but in and out of the hands, it comes back to Grace Drummond. And now Middleton will reset the offense, chased back toward the midcourt line. Middleton looking for a screen, tries to give it inside to Henry, and it's thrown away.
You see this Warriors defense, when they know that Jayden Middleton has the ball, they are pressuring her immediately, forcing the ball out of her hands. And that to me says, hey, if anybody's going to beat us, it's not going to be you.
Ernest with a deep three. Tipped out. Last touch by the Coyotes. 50 seconds to play in this opening half. Again, the first of two today here on High School Game Night. The boys' game to follow at 6 o'clock. Nice find. Jones back iron with the three. Stays on this end though. Tipped out of bounds by Middleton.
Hey, there may not be any shot clock, but there's no review either.
Right.
So, that's the give and the take.
If the Warriors would like, they can hold for the final shot of the half. 44.7 to play instead. Nice cut, nice find, and the layup will go for Peyton Jones.
Oh, great play design that you heard from Coach Vaughn making that call from the sideline. They got the play that they wanted.
14 in the opening half for Peyton Jones, the junior. Batak trying to cross over Ernest. Tough shot, and she hits it.
Oh, hey, and that's just Batak saying, we're going to play some one-on-one basketball.
Tammy Batak deep in her bag. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. 6-point game. Powell with 4. Collier, nice find behind, and it's Axtell at the buzzer. Aubrey Axtell makes it an 8-point game after 2.
Great execution on that play. Unselfish basketball, finding the freshman in the paint for the easy 2 points to close out the first half.
27-19 after the first 2 periods here at Frisco Memorial. 14 points from Peyton Jones to lead the way for the Warriors. And they've got the lead by 8 at the break. Back after this on High School Game Night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on Pinkle.
Back at Frisco Memorial, a brief halftime show coming your way here in a moment. The Frisco Memorial Black Warriors on the floor right now, their dance team. Let you enjoy their show as we talk about what we saw in the opening half. Heckma Harrison, these two teams playing a relatively evenly matched game, but two quick buckets there. Really a nice little run from Frisco Memorial right before halftime. As I look back through the running score, a 7-2 spurt from Frisco Memorial to kind of re-seize control of this basketball game after Heritage had made it close.
In those last couple of minutes, Mike, the one thing that I saw was an improvement was them playing with better spacing, and I'm talking about the Warriors. That's why they were able to execute those 1, 2, 3 passes down low to get, like, especially on that last pass to Axtell to close the first half. Again, they just have to continue to play with pace and space so they can get their playmakers the ball.
Pretty impressive halftime show right now is distracting me from talking about basketball. These guys are very impressive, and there's more coming from the drill team momentarily as well. It was a really good run from Frisco Heritage, Heckma, to get back into the basketball game. They went an entire quarter, quite literally, from like 5:11 on the clock in the first quarter when they scored to make it 5-1 Coyotes, until under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter before the three-pointer from Jaden Middleton finally pulled the seal off the rim. But then from that point forward, they went on a little 12-5 run to get back into the basketball game and cut the lead down to 3.
And all of that got started with a Suter 3. Suter knocks down that 3, and then all of a sudden, like you said, they had went pretty much dry after the first quarter. Suter knocks down that 3, and then everything else happens after that offensively. It's just felt like the Coyotes have had a harder time getting points. On the other side for the Warriors, it just seems like it's a little bit easier for them in this third quarter. In order for them to pull away, pull even, they're just going to have to get into their offense. Cami Patak showed right there in those last couple of minutes that she has the ball handling ability and also scoring ability. If I'm Coach Reedy, I may depend on that a little bit as well.
Beg your pardon, I misspoke earlier. The Black Diamonds dance team was who we saw there on the floor a moment ago. A very nice show from them. About 9 minutes until we get going with the third quarter. Let's talk a little bit more about what we saw in that opening 2 quarters as the boys teams make their way out to get warmed up as well for the late games. This was a game where we saw this first half that we saw, Heckma, certainly showed the defensive pressure that Memorial can create and the havoc that they can create with that. We saw the 10-second call, several turnovers created. What do you feel like Heritage needs to do to figure out how to unlock that? Because that has been the biggest struggle so far for Blake Reedy's team, and it doesn't seem like there's a very clear pathway to a solution.
And sometimes when you're going up against a team that you feel like has more playmakers than you, look, you just have to try and match wits. Try and get the ball down low. Don't rely on that three-point shot to get you back in this game. Danny Henry, your big down low, has been doing a phenomenal job getting blocks for you defensively, but also offensively. I think you're missing an opportunity with her. Jaden Middleton, again, one of those great scorers. Set her up on her spots. Allow Patak dribble drive inside and pop it. Get her to her spots so she can knock down her wide open shots.
As we see the boys teams warming up, of course, that game follows this one, a 6 o'clock scheduled start. Currently it's 5:07, so plausible that that game will start on time based on the pace that the first half went with the girls game. Regardless of what time it actually begins, we'll bring it to you here on WFAA Plus as part of a contiguous broadcast. We will carry this one straight through until the boys game. What excites you most about the nightcap?
You know, look, we've talked about Bryson Howard. He is phenomenal. But Cameron Lomax, the SMU commit, he is phenomenal as well. This is going to be one of those games where athletically, I feel like the Coyotes, they have the upper hand. On the other side for Memorial, can they find a way to get the ball down low to their big? You know what Deffa Ball has, but Brzezinski is one of those players that they're going to have to rely on heavily tonight. He's going to have to block. He's going to have to block shots, but he's also going to have to take over down low. They have the height advantage, does Frisco Memorial, but when you have the athletes that Heritage has, it just nullifies all of that.
They are number 1 in the state rankings for a reason, Frisco Heritage is, but it's a top 10 matchup, and both of those teams that you're watching warm up right now for the nightcap, both teams have bona fide chances to win state championships this year. Frisco Heritage likely to end up 5AD1 like they did a year ago. Memorial likely to end up 5AD2 like they did a year ago. It matters who else makes the playoffs out of their district, but that's the likeliest scenario, is that it looks like it did a year ago. Frisco Heritage, very obviously the number 1 team in the state. They'll be the favorite no matter where they end up, but it's likely to be 5AD1. Frisco Memorial, if you look at the state rankings, they're number 9 right now. There is only one team of the 8 above them in the state rankings that is likely to end up 5AD2 with them based on what last year's brackets looked like, and that is number 2 Mansfield Summit. So very realistically, you're looking at this Frisco Memorial team as one of the top 2 favorites to win state in 5A Division II this year. Frisco ISD has never had a boys basketball team win a state championship. They've had several girls teams win state titles. Obviously, Frisco Liberty went on a ridiculous run a couple of years ago with Blake Reedy's brother, but they've never had a boys team win a state championship. It's absolutely plausible they knocked that off 1-2 right out of the gates this year with both of these teams.
Yeah, I think that's going to change. And the reason that changes is because of the talent level that they have. I had a conversation with Coach Gibson here in the gym early today, and one of the things that he said that really stuck out to me was like, look, a lot of times when these kids, they play against each other, they don't get an opportunity to go down south to play some of the tougher teams. This team from Memorial, they are battle tested. They played in the DISD tournament, played against Carter High School. They've had games against Kimball. So to them, they've already had those challenges early in the season. So it won't be they get to the playoffs and their first draw is a South Oak Cliff.
Right.
And then what happens? Deer in the headlights, so these guys, I feel like Memorial is ready for it. They've already seen some of the best already in the state so far. Yeah. It's just them having to carry that through and finish the deal in the playoffs.
You see the talent on the floor as these kids warm up. It will be fun to watch that one in just a little under an hour's time. We will come back and get you ready for the third quarter of the girls matchup. About 5 minutes until the third quarter gets underway. Frisco Memorial with a 27-19 halftime lead on Frisco Heritage. Can the Coyotes stage a comeback and beat Memorial for the first time ever? Second half coming your way on high school game night right after this.
Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pumps out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkin.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Y'all-itics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else. Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines. Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads. And still counting.
In a world filled with motion, we are the constant. Filled with storms We are the calm. Filled with uncertainty, we are reassurance. We bring the truth. We bring hope, conviction, a legacy of grit, determination, honesty, and relevant reporting that doesn't just inform, but inspires. We are WFAA.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
We welcome you back to Frisco Memorial's High School Gymnasium. Second half ready to get underway here on high school game night. Frisco Memorial with a 27-19 lead through 2 quarters of play. 14 points from Peyton Jones, leading all scorers. Averages 11.5 a game, but she filled it up, Heckma, in that first half. Terrific offensively for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I noticed about her game is just how patient she was, never forcing any of her shots, and also a very good facilitator as well.
For Frisco Heritage, can they find an auxiliary scorer to pair with Jaden Middleton in this second half to key a comeback? Cross court, they'll try and keep Peyton Jones hot. That one misses off the back iron. Middleton had 9 in the first half. That one's tipped.
Oh.
The block and the throw ahead. Collier had it blocked from behind, but a foul.
And that's
Addie Brown made a heck of a play on the ball.
Yeah, that's just continuing to run the floor for number 4, Addie Brown. As you see the block there, the long pass out to Collier, and then the block from Addie Brown.
They do get her for a foul. Blake Reedy wanting a little further explanation as to the hows and whys of that foul call as the free throw is made by Collier. Looked kind of like your quintessential case of clean up top, but got her with the body down low.
Yeah.
A 2-for-2 trip for Collier, and the lead is 10. 29 seconds into the third quarter.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure here by the Warriors, and
a double dribble right at midcourt.
Yeah, Cami Batak, she just got stuck. She was getting ready to make the pass, and I believe it was Addie Brown turned her back and went the other way.
Winner of this game in prime position to win the district title. Both teams 8-1 in district. Frisco Heritage's one district loss came to Memorial back in December. Memorial's loss came against Frisco Emerson. The triple in the corner will go for Samantha Ernest, and they've opened the lead back up.
Yeah, Ernest has been one of those forgotten players. She sacrificed so much of her game defensively. Good to see her. She's camped out on that baseline three-pointer and able to knock that one down.
Suter, cross court, three on the way for Batak.
Boy, strong rebound right there from Peyton Jones.
This was a three-point game not long ago, 20-17. Since then, a 12-2 run spanning halftime. That one won't go for Powell.
Powell looking for the shooter's roll. Not so much luck right there.
Addie Brown nearly dribbled her way into trouble, able to get back out toward midcourt and reset the offense. Batak trying to beat Ernest and draws the foul.
Tell you what, there hadn't been much of a height advantage out here, but Cami Batak is the smallest player out on the floor at 5'5". But one thing I can tell you right now, she is the toughest player that is out here.
She is grinding out there, trying to find space, and an opportunity here to throw a couple free throws in there. Hits the first.
Wiping at her eye and already with a splint on her right hand, on her thumb.
A 1-for-2 trip, and it's a 12-point game. Quickly up the floor, tipped by Middleton. It'll stay on this end.
You hear right there from Coach Reedy telling his team, you have to talk. You need more communication defensively.
Good hands inside. Ripping it away from Collier was Addie Brown up ahead. The layup will go. Nice job by Suter to shovel that one up in there, losing her feet.
How did she gather herself to get that one up off the glass and get the score? Wow, she looked like she was going into the front row. Great job by Suter.
Denia Suter having herself a nice basketball game. Hit a couple of big threes in the second quarter to help Heritage get things rolling. Now with 8 points on the day after that layup, and the lead is cut back down to 10. A timeout called by Rochelle Vaughn. What do you feel like the message needs to be here from Rochelle Vaughn? Her team grabbed back control of this basketball game, but a couple of quick buckets for Heritage, and she hits that timeout real quick, making sure that this doesn't get close again.
Yeah, all that is from her coach, from Coach Vaughn, is to tell her team, hey, let's cool it down. We're making too many mistakes. Let's not make this an ugly game and give this team any hope. We've got to close out on them perimeter-wise. We're giving up buckets to Cami Batak. We're giving up buckets down low. And you see there on the fast break, Suter getting out away from this defense on a fast break. That is a no-no, and that's why that timeout came.
5:49 third quarter. 32-22 the tally in favor of Frisco Memorial, and they will have it out of this timeout. Baseline inbound. Comes up top for Collier. Only one team foul aside so far in this third quarter. Jones had it ripped away in the steal. Batak running the floor, 1-on-3. Takes it herself and finishes through the contact. Cami Batak and one.
Don't let the hype fool you. That's great defense right there by the Coyotes, set up perfectly by Jaden Middleton and Cami Batak, taking it coast to coast. How about the English on that spin? You like that?
Look at that finish. All right. And a chance to cut it to a 7-point game if she can sink the free throw. And she does. 32-25.
A little bit of a full court press of their own, a little soft press.
6 straight points from Frisco Heritage. They've cut the lead back down to 7. Again, they have never beaten Frisco Memorial. Nearly a steal there by Addie Brown. Inside, tipped away. Middleton able to come away with it. Middleton will set the offense with Patak. Middleton, open look for 3. Missed everything.
Yeah, just too strong from Middleton.
Out of bounds, last touched by the Warriors. Jones couldn't corral it. It was tipped a couple of times on its way up the floor by Suter.
Wow, Peyton Jones looked like she was tripped up right there, which forced her to go out of bounds, but again, not called.
Nearly a takeaway right there, nearly a throwaway, frankly. Middleton able to corral it. Tipped, though, as she's doubled at midcourt in the steal. Malaya Kendall traveled with it.
And that is driving Coach Vaughn crazy to see her team make those kind of mental errors. And here's the press that Heritage has been having trouble breaking.
They're able to break it this time, and they get it to Middleton in the middle of the floor. But Tock sets up the three-point look. Front iron, no for Suter. Heritage really cranking up the pressure here in this third quarter.
Great defense by Suter.
Midway point of quarter number 3. Heritage on a still active 6-0 run, cutting the lead practically in half. Collier down the lane, lost it. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Whoa.
It bounced off of Addie Brown on the baseline, and therefore it's out of bounds off of her.
A strong move by Collier down low.
Powell, nice find underneath, but it's right through the hands of Ernest. Back to Powell, and she finishes on the turnaround.
Oh man, that is textbook right there. Great footwork by Presley Powell.
Deep 3, Suter trying to, and she draws the foul.
Wow.
Samantha Ernest. Not giving her a chance to land, perhaps. We'll get another look at it here.
I don't know if that was particularly the call more than the contact.
It sends Suter to the free throw line for 3. She hits the first. Suter averages a dozen a game. She's got 10 points right now with the first 2 free throws in. What do you like about Heritage's defense, with the way that they have cranked it up here in this third quarter? How are they able to make it work?
I think your guard play right now, you start to see that from Suter out front. Her and Cammie Batak, again, making life miserable for these guards, for the Warriors. And they just have to match that. They have to continue with the intensity defensively.
Suter with 10 on the day, 2 for 3 at the free throw line, lead down to 7. Nice find underneath. Axtell had a block, but a foul. Oh ho! Danny Henry.
I like that.
Thought
though.
She had a clean block.
But I like that, though. I like playing tough down low, not allowing the freshman to get an easy bucket.
Two free throws for the freshman Aubrey Axtell. Terrific young athlete. Great volleyball player as well. Misses the first, though. Averages 11 a game, 7 rebounds a game. Very, very bright future for this young woman. An 0 for 2 trip, though. And now a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, Peyton Jones just a little over-aggressive. Tell you what, Mike, Heritage is just hanging around.
Only the 4th team foul of the period on Heritage. Only 2 team fouls. I beg your pardon, 4th on Memorial. Only 2 on Heritage in this 3rd quarter. So nobody verging on the bonus just yet. Middleton hasn't been given space much today. Kicks it out for Suter. Suter down the lane. Draws the foul.
And I like this from Presley Powell. She's got both of her hands up. She's like, who are you going to call this foul on? Who do you call the foul on? I'm moving my feet. My hands are up. Who do you call the foul on? Wow.
Rochelle Vaughn getting an explanation as well from our officiating crew.
I don't think she's convinced.
Suter hits the first.
I don't think she's convinced.
This game has seesawed back and forth. Memorial led by as much as 10 in the first half before Heritage went on a run and cut the lead to 3. Then Memorial went on another run, opened things up. Hackma to a 13-point lead at one point, 32-19. Since then, a 10-2 run for Frisco Heritage to get back into this basketball game and cut it back down to 5.
I can't say enough about a player like Suter and the way that she has been playing in this second half defensively. She has been a headache, but some of the mental miscues that you saw, you foul on the 3-point line right there by number 23, Samantha Ernest. You're just begging for this team to give you a nightmare. And right now the Coyotes, again, setting things up with their defense, knocking down their foul shots. This is going to be interesting, and I think it's all because the Warriors are just letting them hang around.
Blake Reedy said it to us earlier this week about his basketball team. They are absolute dogs. And we are seeing that mentality reveal itself in both of these runs, second quarter, now also here in the 3rd quarter. There is no quit to this basketball team, and they know the opportunity that they have in front of them. They know about the goose egg. They know they're 0-14 all time against Frisco Memorial since that school opened up. A chance to change that here, and they've brought themselves again back in touch in this basketball game with just a little over 10 minutes to play. They're right there. They've got a chance.
And here's the other part. Mike, they're doing it without Jaden Middleton having a ton of impact in this game. And so
certainly not in the last quarter or so of play.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And so I think if anything for Coach Reedy, that's got to be one of the things that he's like, look, when we get an opportunity to get Jaden involved in this game is going to change for us. We just got to stay aggressive.
Their last 18 consecutive points have come from somebody other than Jaden Middleton. That one's too strong from Powell. Chased down, though. Nice offensive rebound. And it's back up top to Peyton Jones. Powell will reset the offense now. Jim really starting to fill up. Everybody trying to get out of the house. Powell centered to the deck. Baseline pass and a foul on the pass. Just the 3rd foul of this 3rd quarter on Frisco Heritage. There you see the student section for Frisco Memorial starting to fill up. Again, the boys game coming your way in about a half hour's time.
The student section, I thought they were supposed to be snowed in. What are we doing?
You mean there's an excuse to get out of the house? Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for mine to go back to school tomorrow.
My wife is an hour away in Waxahachie. I think she would have come to this game if it didn't mean having to break, just to get out of the house, just to do anything at all. Nice steal. Coming from behind, it's Suter. All alone in the front court. The layup is too strong. Trying to evade the block of Presley Powell and put it too strong off the backboard. Jones. The putback will go for Collier through the contact.
Collier, right place, right time. The ball bounces right back to her on the rebound from Peyton Jones. Great job right there. Memorial needed those points.
That ends what was a 12-2 run. The and one makes it 37-29. Beg your pardon, a 10-2 run was what it was for Heritage. Can they stir up another one? In the corner, Suter, another triple try. Front iron, Batak with the putback, no.
And that will drive Coach Vaughn crazy.
Jump ball's gonna keep it on this end though.
When you got the 5'5" Batak going down there amongst the trees and getting a rebound.
They get their hands on the second rebound as well and create the jump ball. She can go into the backcourt to retrieve that, didn't need to. Royal Crooks just into the game. Gives it up for Suter. Into the lane, lost it, double dribble.
Yeah. She thought the ball was deflected, but it was not. And forced the double dribble, another turnover, costly turnover here for Heritage.
1:18 third quarter. An 8-point game. Blake Reedy saying to one of the officials, that's huge, that call. He felt like, just as Danny Suter did, that should have been a ball that was deflected and therefore still a live basketball. Kamora Silman just into the game. Gives it on the block. Nice look down low for Axtell in the lay-in.
A great play design. You see them make the initial first 3 passes out on the perimeter, working everything outside, and then getting it down low to Axtell for an easy 2 points.
Corner 3 from Crooks. Too long. And Frisco Memorial, as they have done all game, finds a little run to open things back up. They've built it back to a 10-point advantage with 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jones, nice look for Axtell. Nice catch by the freshman, but then bounced it off her leg and out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
Another great play from Coach Vaughn. Great play design, just not able to get the freshman to execute.
Batak needs to hustle here. 10 seconds in the period. Reedy calling out signals. Gives it up for Middleton. Middleton with 5, trying to get loose. Jaden Middleton into the lane. Tough shot, draws the foul.
Oh, wow. What a bailout call right there for Jaden Middleton coming across the lane. Unbelievable as the time is getting ready to expire.
The little bump from Collier, enough to draw the call. With 1 second on the third quarter clock. And Middleton hits the first. Rochelle Vaughn had her arms in the air saying, what was that foul call? And for Jaden Middleton, these will be her first points in this basketball game since she hit the 3 to make it 17-11. A 2-for-2 trip. It's an 8-point game. The baseball pass for Collier to no avail. And we are through 3 periods here at Frisco Memorial. 39-31, the lead for the Warriors as we head to the 4th. Does Heritage have one more run in them? Back after this on High School Game Night.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else. Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines. Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads. And still counting.
A game of runs tonight here at Frisco Memorial. both teams, Heckma Harrison, having their moments. Most recently, it was Frisco Memorial to take back control of the game. They lead by 8 as we start the fourth.
And it felt like they were a lot stronger on the boards, and also Aubrey Axtell got involved as well. But still, the Coyotes are right in their hip pocket. Every time it feels like Memorial is going to pull away, Heritage finds a way to get some points to keep it close.
Can they find themselves another run here in the fourth and finally overtake Frisco Memorial? The Warriors start with possession. Axtell down low for Peyton Jones, who was terrific in the first half. Wild shot, but draws the foul.
And really, you have Denia Suter down in the paint going up against Peyton Jones, and that is a mismatch. And you see how patient Peyton Jones was trying to get that shot off. It wasn't pretty because of the foul, but again, she's trying to play through the contact.
And buries the first free throw attempt. A chance to extend it back to a 10-point lead as we start this fourth quarter, and she does. A 2-for-2 trip, and it continues a very nice night for Peyton Jones. Can Jaden Middleton get hot here in the final period and lead a comeback for the Coyotes? Batak down the lane. Nice move to get loose, and she finishes.
So tough is Camby Batak.
Just a freshman, 5'5", but making plays inside. That was tipped out of bounds. It will stay on this end.
And tough as nails. For a freshman to be out here playing like that.
The size is one thing, but the age is the other factor. Now you don't see, wow, wide open underneath is Axtell.
Yeah, that had to be a lapse in the defense, a mistake to leave Axtell wide open.
Batak again gives it up for Henry. Henry was too wide open.
That is exactly what you just saw. I would have liked for Danny Henry to take another step inside to make that shot a little bit easier.
Powell, the senior, calling out the offense. Jones looking for Axtell underneath. Instead, it's Collier that'll do the work down the lane. Contact, no whistle. Middleton will look to run. Middleton, pull up three in transition, front iron. Gets her own rebound. Euro steps her way loose for the lay-in. Tipped out of bounds. It will stay Memorial possession. Jaden Middleton with 4 quick ones around this quarter break. She's up to 13 now on the day.
And Mikey, you can tell a little bit more pressure being applied here by Heritage in the full court press.
They were able to ratchet up the intensity a little bit defensively in that third quarter. It was part of what keyed the run. Can they do it again here? Collier able to get loose, 3-on-1, and the layup will go underneath. Too easy for Kamora Silman.
Great job by Collier.
Brown, offensive foul.
Oh, man. Hadn't seen that one called in a minute, especially in this game, but Addie Brown, they may have caught you with extending that left arm. Coach Reedy does not approve of that call. Wow.
6 minutes to play. Heritage is going to have to make an awful lot happen here if they want their first ever win against Frisco Memorial. Collier, 14-footer, missed it short. Rebound tipped by the freshman Axtell, but then thrown away. Denia Suter had it in her hands, got rid of it too quickly. Powell, tough shot on the turnaround. Nice rebound by the freshman Axtell, and she finishes.
Wow.
Aubrey Axtell, just a freshman, but 6'1" and gifted.
Hey, great shot by Presley Powell. Not able to get that one to fall, but better rebound by the freshman Axtell.
Tough shot, moving to her right, shooting with her left, and Denia Suter had little chance of having that one fall. Timeout called by Blake Reedy. 47-35 the tally. Frisco Memorial in control right now. Does Heritage have another run in them? We'll step aside for a moment here on High School Game Night.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Demonstrating good sportsmanship. Remember, these brave young men and women are student-athletes.
High School Game Night back in Frisco. The inaugural basketball broadcast of 2026. A doubleheader tonight. Girls first, boys on deck at 6 o'clock is the scheduled start time. Probably not going to start at 6 at this point. It's 5:44.
Yeah.
They'll give them about 15 minutes to warm up, but we'll crank it up right after that. 12-point lead right now for Frisco Memorial. What do you feel like it's been, Heckma, that has allowed the Warriors to keep Heritage at bay all night?
Look, it has been so much back and forth right now, and for me, it's been Heritage shooting themselves in the foot. The miscue down there when Suter gets the rebound and she throws it out of bounds. You just cannot make mistakes like that. So I think it's just more or less is Heritage stopping themselves at this point.
Nice find, nice catch on the baseline by Powell.
And all you see from Presley Powell is just using her frame to box out.
Draws the foul. The baseline inbound comes to Axtell. They go right down in the interior again for Collier, but the 14-footer is off. Can Denia Suter or Jaden Middleton get hot here? Can Cami Batak make something happen? Suter's going to try a deep three.
Oh, man.
Nice rebound by Powell on the weak side between two maroon jerseys. It's not hard to see how and why Presley Powell would be the district MVP regardless of what she does from a scoring perspective. Collier can't hit the three, but the putback will go for Axtell, and it's a 14-point lead.
That is all heart and hustle right there from the freshman. Dual sport athlete, and again, boy, she just is all. Anytime something good is happening, number 15 happens to be around it.
Middleton got to get something going. Tough shot, nice rebound underneath. That won't go. Middleton's putback won't go. Another rebound chance for Henry, but it's finally corralled, and a foul will be called on Heritage.
Danny Henry just could not buy a basket.
Devin Collier, tough player. That one, though, she threw away, not tipped by Heritage. A turnover by the senior.
Now that, and if I'm the Heritage players, I take a mental note of that on that pressure and that pass there from Collier. Try and force other bad decisions.
Batak shot way off target, tipped to Samantha Ernest. Now she's trapped and it's taken away. Suter with the steal. And now Suter is fouled. First foul of the fourth period against Frisco Memorial. So it's just a baseline inbound. 4 fouls already in the quarter on the Coyotes. Beg your pardon, they'll bring it to the sideline to cue it in.
Haven't had any bonus situations yet so far in this game.
Not in any of the quarters as far as I recall.
Yeah.
Underneath, blocked from behind. What an erasure by Peyton Jones. That is terrific defense from the junior. Now under 3 minutes to play. Axtell open underneath and draws the foul.
Mike, this is what you call mouse in the house from Aubrey Axtell. She's being guarded by Cami Batak. It's green light when you see that matchup.
Axtell at 6'1", Batak 5'5". A 7-inch advantage for Axtell. She hits the first. She's got the last 5 straight points for Frisco Memorial, and the lead is 15.
It's kind of weird how identical this first game was to this game. You said it was close in that first half, and then finally found Memorial just pulling away.
That first game was a 51-33 final score, 50-35 right now in favor of Frisco Memorial as they have pulled away yet again. Couple of times we saw Heritage cut the lead down to 3, down to 5 in this second half at 34-29. Since that point, a 16-6 advantage in favor of Memorial to open things back up. That's a 3 for Javshi Dakapali just off the bench.
Wow. Another freshman. Coach Reedy, he pulling out all the stops. Hey, if you can play at Frisco Heritage, you're going to get an opportunity to get on the court.
And listen, that's part of the storyline here in Frisco ISD looking forward, is what Frisco Heritage has the opportunity to build as Cami Batak, just a freshman, gets older, as Addie Brown, just a freshman, gets older, as Dakapali, who just hit that 3, only a freshman, gets older, Grace Drummond, only a sophomore. There are seniors that make an impact on this team for sure. Jaden Middleton, Danny Henry, Denia Suter. Basically, their 3 leaders are seniors, so they're going to lose a lot going into next season. But as Blake Reedy tries to kind of follow in his brother's footsteps with what he did at Frisco Liberty, you can see the ways in which Blake Reedy has the arrow pointed up for this Frisco Heritage program.
And I think one of the things that he has circled and underlined is beat Frisco Memorial. You've got to get this taste out of, I mean, they are just 15, safe to say 15-0.
Well,
we got okay,
probably.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll
probably.
Save that. I'll save that.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say probably up a dozen with 2 minutes to play. Heritage is certainly going to play this one out, though, and try and create some havoc. We have seen them bury some 3-pointers. They had a really nice stretch in the second quarter where both Middleton and Suter hit a pair of 3s in a short period of time. So if they could get hot at just the right moment, it's plausible. But they need to create a whole ton of traffic. That is the 5th team foul of the period, so into the bonus goes Frisco Memorial the rest of the way. 2 free throws here forthcoming for Peyton Jones. Jones had a terrific first half. Buries the first free throw. She had 14 at halftime. A quieter second half. That's just her 3rd point since halftime.
I've been more impressed with her and Collier's job that they've been doing on Jaden Middleton. These 2 young ladies have been all over number 13.
And even with a quiet second half, she still got 17 points on the night, a 3rd of the tally for Frisco Memorial. Middleton trying to get loose. Nice move to finally get free. Can't hit the layup. And now foul on the rebound. And it looks like they're going to give Danny Henry the act of shooting. And 2 free throws. The Memorial fans behind us saying she wasn't shooting. Did I do that justice?
Yeah, you did it. A little too much justice. Oh, Mike.
A 2-for-2 trip. It's an 11-point game with $1:44 to play. You're going to get me in trouble one of these days, my man.
Hey, helping out the officials is what we do. If you didn't hear it the first time, get the interpretation from Mike.
Good hands here by Heritage to create some havoc. Possession arrow gives it to the Coyotes. Maybe the possession arrow does not. Maybe the possession arrow is not in agreement with what the officials are keeping on the floor. I know a lot of officials keep it in their pocket with an extra whistle, and they'll switch the whistle from pocket to pocket. They say it was Memorial possession, and now with 90 seconds to play, the Warriors with a chance to try and kill some clock here. No shot clock in Texas high school basketball, so Memorial can play keep away here. Go old school Dean Smith 4 corners and try and eat up some clock.
And
Suter trying to get in the passing lane.
That is one of the rules of Texas high school.
There's the
basketball.
steal. Batak lays it in. It is a 3-possession game now after the layup from Batak with 59.9 to play.
And see what happens when you make a lazy pass, trying to play those 4 corners, and Batak intercepts that pass that was telegraphed.
Does Blake Reedy's team have one last push in them here in the final 59.9? We saw a 10-2 run in the third quarter to cut the lead down to 5. We saw a big run in the second quarter to turn a 15-5 deficit into a 20-17 tally. A 12-5 run in that stretch for Frisco Heritage. They have the last 4 points here, but they are running out of time rapidly, Heckma Harrison. They need to, certainly you got to imagine coming out of this timeout, it is a full court press and doggedly persistent effort.
Yeah, you know what? You need so many things to go your way to at least pull even. And again, I just feel like at this point with the Warriors being in the bonus, we're going to see a ton of fouls now.
Yeah.
You're going to love the music we're playing on Game Time. Follow Frisco ISD on social media. We're on Facebook at Frisco Independent School District. On Twitter at
My unofficial tally here in the second half, I've got Memorial 2 for 4, 3 for 5, 5 for 7, 6 for 9 in the second half. Tipped away, the steal, the layup, and it goes for Dakapali. Down to a 7-point game. Up ahead for Collier. They need to foul. Collier laid it in, can't hit it though. Loose ball. Still on the deck, looking for a foul is Reedy. He won't get one. Middleton comes away with the steal. 36.6 to play. Middleton for 3. Wouldn't go for her. Up ahead for Jones. And Peyton Jones misses the layup. Axtell has a block from behind and a foul. No, they're just going to say it's blocked out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Middleton. 23.2. If Middleton had hit that 3, Heckma Harrison, it really would have gotten interesting.
Talk about some heart stopping in this Warriors gym.
That would have cut the lead to 4. Nowhere to go with it. Nearly a 5-second call into the backcourt. She can go get that. Loose on the deck. That could be a travel. They're going to say a foul is the call.
Oh, wow. They're both diving for the ball. That is an interesting call.
The foul's going to go on one White. Red ball. The foul is on Peyton Jones. It is Heritage basketball. I thought the foul call was going to go the other way. It's Heritage ball on the baseline. 21.3, 7-point game. They still need a miracle, but they've got a chance at the miracle. Suter had it tipped away. The steal. Still loose on the deck in the lane. Out to Middleton. She'll hit the three, and she does. 8 seconds left. 7.8 officially, and it's a 4-point game.
Mike, the foul on Peyton Jones, changing things to allow for Jaden Middleton to knock down that three is the head scratcher for me.
Yeah. There's a lot that has transpired here in the last 30 seconds, but what it boils down to is a 9-0 run from Heritage over the course of the last minute and a half of this basketball game to cut a 13-point lead down to 4. Now, they still need a miracle. Yeah. 7.8 to play, and it's still a 2-possession game. If they're going to finish the comeback, it probably has to start with a steal on this inbound pass or something of that variety.
Right.
But a tremendous comeback here from Blake Reedy's team to have some intrigue in these final seconds. Frisco Heritage has never beaten Frisco Memorial. 0-14 all time. Powell can run the baseline. They run the football inbound play. They'll bring it in. It comes back to Powell. Powell still hasn't been fouled. Finally, the foul is called. 4 seconds flat on the clock. 2 free throws coming for Powell. And just the fact that half the time on the clock came off in that sequence is probably enough to put this one to bed, because Memorial not only has the chance to add to the lead here with Powell at the free throw line, as they do in the first free throw falling, they're also in a situation where Heritage has to go 94 feet. Right. You're not going to do that twice in 4 seconds. Free throw misses. It's a 5-point game. The steal by Collier, a fitting way to end it as Collier sends it skyward. And Frisco Memorial stays perfect against Frisco Heritage, 15-0 all time. But Heckma Harrison, they had to sweat out the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, they definitely made them sweat that one out, and I really enjoyed this game. I love the way that Memorial continued to battle and play really good defense, not just relying on their offense, but setting things up defensively. The Coyotes just wouldn't go away. They continued to battle. They continued to fight. They continued to get the shots off. Jaden Middleton just didn't get the motor going in time, although she tried to put her cape on right there at the end.
Did she ever?
With the three-pointer. But, man, making it close enough was not good enough in this game.
If the three that she took after the steal with about 45 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter had gone down and the lead was down to 4 that early on in the process, that may have changed things significantly. But that one wouldn't go for her, and it wasn't until very, very late, under 8 seconds to play, that finally they did get the lead down to 4, and that wasn't quite enough to finish off the comeback. Frisco Memorial 51-47, the final, 52-47, the final score. And the Warriors stay perfect on the girls' side against Heritage all time. As you can see, the boys are ready to take the floor. We will step aside for just a moment, come back and tip this one off after this on High School Game Night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking your pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkin.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
but just to brag a little bit.
Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
In a world filled with motion, we are the constant. Filled with storms, we are the calm. Filled with uncertainty, we are reassurance. We bring the truth. We bring hope, conviction, a legacy of grit, determination, honesty, and relevant reporting that doesn't just inform, but inspires. We are WFAA.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking your pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkin.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
But just to brag a little bit.
okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
The nightcap is ready, and it features 2 of the top 10 teams in the state in 5A. Number 1 ranked Frisco Heritage on the road to face number 9 Frisco Memorial on high school game night. We welcome you back inside the gymnasium here at Frisco Memorial High School. Mike Leslie, Heckma Harrison, back with you once again. Heckma, this game is a game that people have been looking forward to for a while. First time they met, 57-53. Heritage got the win. Both of these teams are considered state championship contenders.
Yeah, as they should be. Both of these teams, well, the way that they have the state set up, the playoff set up, they won't meet in the playoffs. One's going to go 1, another one's going to go 2.
Most likely, yes.
And that will set the stage for 2 Frisco teams with the ability to win a state title. And you have 2 teams on the court right now that really are highly probable to do that.
If you can't tell, the gymnasium has filled up. Over the course of the girls' game, it filled up. They knew that that was going to be a really good tilt as well. You can hardly see anything from that camera angle because there's so many people in the way. There's the student section here for Frisco Memorial. They are fired up for this one that's going to start in just about 3 or 4 minutes' time. Let's show you our players to watch in this boys' matchup. First, for Frisco Heritage, senior Bryson Howard, the 5-star Duke commit, Caden Defabaugh from Memorial, a New Mexico State commit. We're talking high-level Division I talent going to play at the next level. Both of them averaging 25-26 a game. Howard, I beg your pardon, at 23. It's Cam Lomax that's at 26 a game, just like Defabaugh is. These guys can absolutely fill it up. This is going to be an offensive basketball game.
Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, for Bryson Howard, he is the son of NBA player, former NBA Dallas Maverick Josh Howard. Hey, both of us are boy dads, and hey, all we want is for our guys to be better than us. Hey,
right?
Josh, you got your wish, because Bryson Howard is going to be really, really good. A freak athlete and one of those great stories in the North Texas area.
And I'll tell you what, he's got an opportunity to kind of follow in Dad's footsteps. Dad was ACC Player of the Year at Wake Forest back in 2003. Yes. Bryson on his way to Duke. His story is interesting, too, because he has kind of burst on the scene over the course of the last calendar year, not even really a year. You rewind back to last spring, he was not a rated recruit. He was not a player that had stars, quote unquote. And all of a sudden, over the summer, he had a couple of really big-time performances at some of the AAU camps, some of the elite camps, and everybody went, whoa. Bryson Howard has evolved, and part of it was the fact that his jump shot has come into vogue for him, and that was part of it. But up the charts, he has skyrocketed ever since, to the point where he's now the #1 player in Texas.
Now, he is incredible, man. You talk about that jump shot, but his freak athletic ability, I mean, he is one of those one dribble drive guys, get down to the lane, and let me tell you about this vertical. Don't end up on a poster tonight. That's all I got to say. Don't end up on a poster tonight. Man, this is a lefty and a guy that really has a spectacular game.
Meanwhile, with Caden Defabaugh, leading scorer for Frisco Memorial, a team that's ranked 9th in the state. Terrific basketball team. 20-6 on the year. Both of these teams very much in the conversation for the District 11 5A championship, but Heritage in a little bit of a better spot relative to what we were talking about with the girls matchup. Heritage comes in 7-0. They ran through everybody the first go-round of this 14-game district slate. But Memorial right there at 5-2. They would need to pick up the win tonight and basically win out to be able to make it happen, but it's out there for the taking for him. Defabaugh on his way to New Mexico State. This is a kid that can score at all 3 levels.
He has such a clean game. There's really nothing to, I guess, complain about with what he does. I mean, he does it on the defensive end. He can fill it up offensively. Look, he's also a great facilitator for them on offense. Look, This Memorial squad, to me, they have had some really big-time tests this season. And if you can't tell by this arena, everybody is here to see this. I can't even hear myself talk. How about that? Let's just get it on.
It is just about that time. Tip-off a moment away. We'll step aside for just a second. When we come back, Frisco Heritage and Frisco Memorial on high school game night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pumps out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else. Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines. Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads. And still counting.
Number 13, Dylan Stafford.
Back at Frisco Memorial. Tip-off moments away. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for Frisco Heritage and Frisco Memorial. There you see them on your screen. Garrett Shelton, Cam Lomax, Malachi Balanzadagi, Bryson Howard, and Roman Bradley, the starters for the visiting Heritage Coyotes. For Memorial, Dylan Steffi, James Johnson, Caden Deffabaugh, Jackson Childers, and the big man, Xander Brzezinski. Head coaches tonight, Jabron Kelly in his 12th year with Frisco Heritage. Quentin Gibson, the head coach for Frisco Memorial. He has been there all 8 years that Memorial has been open. Hagma Harrison, here we go.
Let's do it. And, sometimes, you can hype something up so much and it does not live up to the expectation. I'm telling you right now, this is one that is going to exceed expectations tonight.
A Natalie attired student section here for Frisco Memorial, ready to get this one underway. These two teams play close basketball games. 11 straight times they have met, and it has been decided by single digits. Most of the time by just one possession. Heritage and Memorial play close games. Another one likely on deck here in a matter of moments. Cam Lomax gets the honor of double checking the basketball. Caden Deffabaugh doing so as well. Bryson Howard and Xander Brzezinski. The jump up at the center circle, and Memorial will start with possession. Warriors in their white uniforms. Heritage in their grays. Memorial, the number 9 team in the state rankings, a bona fide threat to win 5A Division II this year. Up top, taken away by Lomax. Cam Lomax, showtime.
That's how you get the party started. Cam Lomax with the tomahawk jam.
26 a game for the senior on his way to SMU. A 4-star recruit starts things in style here on the road. Nearly a throwaway. Nice catch underneath. They try and get it down low to Przinski, and it's Howard with the steal. The 5-star galloping down floor, but he can't finish. Steffi quickly up ahead. Defabaugh had it ripped away from behind by Lomax. Good hands by the senior.
Oh, absolutely. Great awareness there by number 4, Cameron Lomax, a kid that, hey, I'm used to seeing him as a cornerback and playing football, showing a little hands right there.
James Johnson will give it up here for Dylan Steffi, younger brother of Drew Steffi, the former Memorial Warrior. Now at Southern Illinois. Steffi, just a sophomore. His head coach, Quentin Gibson, says he's a very different player than his older brother. 3 on the way for Childers. Front iron couple times and off.
And you see the matchup right now down low. Przinski on Howard. Let's see if they can take advantage of that matchup. Howard just 6'6", Przinski 6'9". That's not much, but again, use the body, use him down low.
Frisco Heritage, the number 1 team in the state in 5A, the favorite to win a state championship in 5A D1. Lomax, step back 3.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, hey, hey. Step back 3, that was butter.
Cam Lomax said, I see you TV cameras. I'm gonna put on a show tonight.
Oh man.
5 quick ones out of the gate for Lomax. Defabaugh trying to answer. Can't get the hit. The putback will go for James Johnson soaring in.
Oh man, great read on that ball by James Johnson.
When they played in December, it was a 57-53 final score in favor of Heritage. Howard, the triple, misses long rebound right back to him. Spins his way down the lane and lays it in. Right back they come, ripped away. Good hands spilling into the crowd. Howard had it blocked. Good hands by James Johnson, and Memorial will run. Up top for Przinski.
Back and forth we go, and this crowd is literally standing on their feet for every bucket. What are we doing? Can we do this for 4 quarters?
Frenetic pace to start the game. Lomax right back at you.
Oh, that's an and 1, not called by the officials. Ton of contact.
Lomax with 7 in the early going. Defabaugh with a triple to answer. His first bucket.
And maybe that's the calm with a bucket like that from Defabaugh to calm this Memorial team down.
Looking back door, the steal. Defabaugh lost it right out of bounds.
That was a bad pass by Bryson Howard.
Defabaugh trying to kind of walk it off. These are 2 teams. We talked about it with the girls game a little bit ago. These are 2 teams that have not been on the court together in a week. No practices, no games. Nothing to be done at all because of the winter storm. So everybody's going to have to kind of shake off the rust. Howard had it stripped away, double teamed underneath. Przinski with the steal.
And I think they have no time to shake off the rust. You could find yourself down big here early.
Corner 3, front iron for Childers.
You see Cam Lomax now slowing this pace down a little bit for the Coyotes.
Lomax had to go right through his hands. Tapping on his chest saying, my bad.
Yeah, he knows. A little bit of mustard on that pass from Howard, but one that Lomax should have been able to handle.
9-7, the tally here in the early going. Frisco Heritage, as you see there on your screen, the #1 team in the state in 5A. Cam Lomax, Bryson Howard, the two biggest reasons why. Two of the very best players in the state of Texas, both of them in the top 10 in the state, according to 24/7 Sports. Into the lane at Steffi. Kick out. The pick and pop for Brzezinski. No. Nice rebound. Skying in is VJ Kashav, the freshman, just into the basketball game. Still loose on the deck, and finally Heritage comes away with it. Garrett Shelton, listed at 6 foot. Looking at him now in person, I'd say listed generously, comes away with the basketball. Lomax had the triple rattle in and out.
And Kashav almost with a big-time moment, just checking into the game.
Steffi up top for Brzezinski.
So you better close the back door. Brzezinski is lurking.
Balanzadegi gives it far side. That one won't go.
Oh.
For Shelton, ripped away by Balanzadegi. All 5-10 of them in amongst the trees, but had it ripped away.
Yeah, that is just poetic justice.
Kashav gives it up, and Steffenbaugh. A 7-0 run for Memorial. Nice look on the back door for Lomax, and he lays it in.
Oh, great play design, but also Cameron Lomax recognizing where he had the defender as soon as he got into the lane. Great efficiency right there on that shot from Cameron Lomax.
The SMU commit with 9 of their 11 points here in the first quarter. Steffi to Kashav, the superstar freshman. Buries the 16-footer.
Now you see what all the hype is about with Kashav. The rebound earlier and now just making that look routine.
Wise beyond his years in addition to the raw talent. Floater for Lomax to tie it again.
Recognizing that he has the 6'9" Xander Brzezinski coming to try and block that shot, and that floater was just pretty over the outstretched arms of Brzezinski.
Deffabaugh with a hand in his face, nearly buried that one. Up ahead, nice pass by Howard. It's blocked, but a foul. Wow.
Wow. Oh, my.
Another look at this one.
Oh, looked like Brzezinski and Deffabaugh had that blocked on the glass.
Roman Bradley, the senior, to the free throw line to shoot 2. Hits the first. Bradley, according to the stats provided to us by Jabron Kelly, the Frisco Heritage head coach, just a 20% free throw shooter. That stroke belies that figure.
Yeah. Oh. You know, lane violation on the shooter. Last point won't count.
Have they recognized that here at the scorer's table? Yes, they have. 14-13 the tally. And it's a 1-point game. Balanzadegi tried to draw the charge on the big man, Xander Brzezinski. Under a minute in a fast-moving first quarter. Nice lay-in by Dylan Steffi, the sophomore.
Oh, Steffi. How sweet was that? Going with the left in the lane, recognizing Bryce Howard's there for the block, and just kissing that one off the window.
Lomax able to dribble out of the double team. Up and under move. What a first quarter for Cam Lomax. He's got 13 in the opening period. Steffi to Deffabaugh. The corner 3, beg your pardon, it's not Deffabaugh. It's James Johnson with the triple. Back in front goes Memorial. 4 seconds. Howard spinning. Draws the foul.
Great move by Bryson Howard on the spin move and collecting the foul. man, this pace, I don't know who it favors, but this is NASCAR.
It is up and down frenetically. Frisco Heritage will tell you they don't want to set up half-court offense. They just want to run. They want to get tips and steals and create havoc defensively and go. Every single possession. Jabron Kelly will tell you, I don't want to set up a half-court offense if I don't have to.
Right. And I don't think he'll have an opportunity to today because of the way that they are pushing it. What a first quarter of action.
And it's a 1-point game after one. 18-17, the lead for the homestanding Frisco Memorial Warriors. A 1-for-2 trip there at the line for Bryson Howard to make it a 1-point game after one. And this has been everything we thought it would be through 8 minutes. Back after this on High School Game Night.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
What a first quarter. Unbelievable back and forth at a terrific pace. And the number 9 team in the state rankings, Frisco Memorial, with a 1-point advantage. There you see big Xander Brzezinski, the 6'9 junior, with a handful of Division I offers. New Mexico State, UNLV, Oral Roberts, Southern Illinois, and others.
Yeah, he is such a threat. I mean, at 6'9", I don't know how you could forget about this guy, but so far the Coyotes has done it a couple of times, and they left him wide open for a lob.
It'll be Heritage to start with possession to start this second quarter. One of the things Quentin Gibson told us earlier this week, he felt like the first time these two teams played, he felt like he over-schemed for Bryson Howard and Cam Lomax and allowed some of the other guys to get off. As that one rolls off the front iron, the tip try from Howard wouldn't go either, but they're able to get it back up top. The three, Balanzadagi, no, still loose underneath. Howard has his hands everywhere. Finally, it came to Defabaugh, and it will be Memorial basketball.
Oh, they are fighting on each and every possession. Bryson Howard down low, battling in the paint, but that one out of bounds, going the other way.
But it will be interesting to see how they scheme up their defensive effort against Lomax and Howard this time, Heckman, how different it may look from the first meeting. Steffi with a head of steam, beat everybody down the floor and laid it in.
You're going to have to move your feet with Steffi. But to your point, I think Quentin Gibson, he wasn't wrong. I mean,
yeah.
What else do you do when you have two superstar players like that? You have to scheme up for them.
Well, he said he was kind of frightened, frankly, as using the rim nearly got it around Brzezinski, but the layup wouldn't quite fall. Nice pace down the floor. The foul drawn by Defabaugh, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot two. The foul will go on Lomax.
Hey, now, Defabaugh.
He wanted to bring the house down with that one. He absolutely wanted to do that. But as Gibson said to us earlier this week, said, listen, the game before we saw them, I saw them go off together. One of them had 44, the other had 30. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to do something to handle these guys. And he said he felt like he actually went a little too far with that scheme. And he wanted to change it up this time around so that they didn't allow any of the other guys for Frisco Heritage to beat them. A 1-for-2 trip at the free throw line. It's a 4-point game as Defabaugh hits the one. Racing down the floor is Chandler Cornell. Lost it out of bounds. Last touched by Cornell.
Yeah. And Cornell is saying, look, man, that happened for a reason. He's riding me out of bounds, and the ball comes out. And I think he may have a case in this situation. Just not called, going the other way. Turnover to Memorial.
Cam Lomax talking with Cornell, just saying, hey, think, just easy, easy. A little bit out of control, full speed up the floor, and then try to make a one-hand pass and didn't have secure enough control of the basketball. Kashav, the freshman, had it stripped from behind.
Way to go for Shelton. Help side defense, just staying aggressive with his hands.
Lomax is just pushing the tempo relentlessly. Draws another foul. Balanzadagi, I beg your pardon, Vijay Kashav, the one called for the foul. It'll be Shelton to throw it in. Lomax hounded by Steffi. The 14-footer wouldn't go. Good rebound by Xander Brzezinski.
That's just strong from the big man.
James Johnson galloping down the floor and lays it in, and it's a 6-point advantage for Frisco Memorial. Corner three. Rattles out for Tyson Elder. Defaball looking for more, well short. Here comes Howard, the 5-star, tripped up on his way down the floor. He dribbled it off the leg of a Memorial defender, and it kind of dribbled right into the path of his own legs, leading to the trip.
At points right now, Mike, I'm starting to have the feeling that Heritage is sometimes playing a little out of control offensively. Maybe going a little too fast. We've seen it on that last turnover where, you know, Bradley thought he had a foul. Guys need to just slow it down a little bit.
Jabron Kelly talking with his team, trying to find the offensive flow that they had in that first quarter. Heritage chasing a three-peat as district champs, won the district a year ago at 14-0, won it the prior year with a 12-2 mark, off to a 7-0 start in District 11 5A play so far this year. This game marks the start of the second half of the district season.
And a 16-game winning streak, and I think this is the first time that they've been in any trouble in a game based off of the points that we've seen.
First time certainly since the calendar flipped over to 2026. The travel in the paint whistled against the sophomore Steffi. But the #1 team on the road, trailing by 6. Yet to score here in this second quarter. Bryson Howard, the 5-star, kicking it up top, 3 on the way for Jarris Woods. Childers left alone, right down the lane, no. Defabon nearly tipped it in. Howard splitting the defense, what a finish.
That is just, you're not gonna stop me by Bryson Howard. And boy, did Heritage need those points.
Howard's got 5 now. The freshman Kashav. Offensive foul.
Are they saying they hooked him? Oh, man. Wow.
Our officiating crew saying he kind of got the elbow up high on him. Balanzadagi, the 5'10 senior, to bring it across the timeline, gives it up to Howard. Big crowd on hand from both schools. Big student section there in your frame on the far side for the visiting Heritage team. Everybody, Heckma, looking to get out of the house this week after being cooped up for days because of the winter storm.
Hey, think a little cabin fever for everybody here.
Nice to have something to go do for the first time in a while. Midway point of quarter number 2. Defabaugh had it tipped away, gets it back, and the floater goes.
And you see both of these coaches slowing the pace down a little bit. You saw in the last offensive possession for Coach Kelly, going more with the half-court set. Let's see if it favors their game.
Heritage certainly goes deeper on their bench. Memorial sometimes will only play 6. They may go to 8. Graham Steckel, Cameron Lindsay may see some time as well. That one's tipped out of bounds, and it's off of the hands of Balanzadegui for a turnover.
Darius Woods just errant pass in the corner. Trying to go back to Cameron Lomax. Lomax has been carrying a lot of the weight in his first half. He's going to need some help from someone else.
He had 13 points in the opening quarter of their 17. Steffi, the sophomore, down the lane. Couldn't finish. The putback from Brzezinski won't go either.
That's a clutch rebound right there from Cam Lomax.
Puts the defender on his back, soaring through the lane, but no. Landing out of bounds was Graham Steckel. That was dangerous for Lomax, too. He was down on the deck and had feet around his face. Fortunate to get up without.
Coach Gibson is all the way down there on the baseline arguing that call. And man, he may have a point. Wow. These two coaches are very close with one another. They are good friends. And it has been so funny, the back and forth talking to these coaches. Coach Gibson gave us permission to tell Coach Kelly, win, lose, or draw, let him know that I'm not going to talk to him for a whole week.
Two guys that are very good friends that text all the time. But hey, for a little while after this one, we ain't talking. Not happening. The steal from Heritage. Shelton looking to run. Lomax down the baseline through the contact. Oh, my goodness.
You know, Steffi, he knew he was blown by. He got there late. Cam Lomax was already going with his move. He had tried to get his hands on him. And you see right here at the end, just a little off balance right there for Cameron Lomax. Glad he's okay. He's back up and getting ready to take these free throw shots.
Jackson Childers, the senior, called for the foul. Only 3 team fouls in the period on Frisco Memorial, only 1 on Frisco Heritage. The pace of this game certainly factoring into that. Although, to your point, the second quarter has slowed down some from what was a unsustainable pace in the first quarter.
Yeah, and those first 3 minutes were crazy.
Lomax, the 84% free throw shooter, misses the first. Still looking for his first point in this second quarter. Oh for 2 from Cam Lomax.
Student section celebrating.
Childers hounded by Howard. Double team. Picked up his dribble. Finally finds an escape hatch, and it's an open look at 3, but it's not good for Graham Steckel. Howard gives it up for Shelton. The triple back iron. Only 2 points in nearly 6 minutes in this second quarter for Frisco Heritage, the #1 team in the state in 5A. Defabaugh, 18-footer. Way long, good rebound by the small Shelton. Nearly had it taken away, but Elders got it. Up ahead for Howard. Gives it underneath. Through the contact. Bradley couldn't finish, but he'll head to the line.
And Bryson Howard taking his time right there, waiting on his guy to get open down low, makes the correct read and pass.
Bradley buries the first. Sometimes the stats that you get at the high school level can be less than 1,000% accurate. Roman Bradley is listed in the stat sheet for Frisco Heritage as a 20% three-point shooter.
Okay.
And I think that may have simply been accidentally copied over to the free throw shooting category, because that young man that's 4 for 4 on the day, that's not a 20% free throw shooter.
That ain't him.
Down the lane, Steffi couldn't finish through the contact, but over the top comes Xander Brzezinski.
Somebody get on the big man. You can't allow him to play like that. So many times on the alley-oop, but on the follow with the slam for Brzezinski. Great play.
Now Steffi up ahead. Tried to give it up to Deffelbaugh. Too much heat on it. Howard doesn't have numbers, but beats Brzezinski and draws the foul.
And Brzezinski one-on-one with Bryson Howard. Trying to play him a little physical. Man, maybe a little bit too much contact right there. On that last play for Memorial, here Coach Gibson said, look, just lob it. Just lob it up to Deffelbaugh. Don't try and make the hard pass.
Yeah. A spill on the baseline, and our officiating crew mopping things up down there on the Warriors baseline.
Yeah, pulling double duty today. Maybe the ball boys are still stuck inside. Everybody did get an opportunity to get out today.
Yeah, school was canceled today for Frisco ISD, but they decided to leave these games on the schedule for tonight as Howard hits the first, in part because they've got more games on the schedule for tomorrow, but also in part because of the fact that there is an inherent difference between driving at 8 o'clock in the morning to get to first period class and driving over here for a 4:30 or 6 o'clock boys or girls basketball game. So they leave the games on the schedule, and here we are nearly halfway done with the nightcap in the boys game. Brzezinski nearly lost it, able to get loose and lays it in.
What a move by Xander Brzezinski. I am so impressed with him, and we talk about the keys to victory. I talked about him being one of the players that needed to be big time today.
Howard for three, way long. Good rebound by Deffelbaugh. Now a takeaway. Lomax read the play, gets the steal, and lays it in.
They're cutting into that lead on that errant pass. Great awareness there by Cameron Lomax. I'm telling you, this kid, SMU may want to check him out on the football field.
The tip away. It ends up back with Steffi, though. He short-armed the floater. Lomax looking to run 2-on-2. Just beats everybody down the floor. Oh, my. Deffelbaugh landed on him. It wasn't intentional by any means. It was just two bodies that flew in simultaneously. Hopefully both of these young men are going to get up okay, because Deffelbaugh's leg came down on Lomax. Could have very easily hurt Lomax, and then also could have hurt Deffelbaugh if he had twisted anything up. Somehow it looks like they're both going to walk away from this relatively unscathed.
Wow. And the follow there, and to see both of these guys up, really looked like Caden Deffelbaugh twisted an ankle.
I think that Jabron Kelly is making a case that he feels that it should have been a flagrant foul. It is merely going to be a common foul and 2 shots here for Lomax. If we can see it one more time, Clay Marshall, because I'm inclined to say that the officials got this one right. This looked like two guys that were playing basketball hard. Nothing about this looked like anything other than just a hard basketball play.
No, and I think it was the end of the play that was more alarming than anything that maybe may have made you think that it flagrant was warranted. but it wasn't. The officials got this one right.
The only other thought that I'm having now that perhaps Jabron Kelly was arguing for was whether or not it may have been goaltending, because I think that there was. If we get, we'll maybe have a second here at the end of the quarter to take one more look at that play as Lomax hits the first. Was that ball blocked after it hit the backboard, and should that have been an and one opportunity here for Lomax rather than just the 2 free throws? Lomax hits both this time, and it's a 2-point game with 14.6. Chance to hold for the last shot here for Frisco Memorial. Steffi with 9, double team, gives it up, Defaball, long 3, oh, net! Defaball, Lomax now with 1, fires 3/4 court, misses short, and it's a 5-point lead after 2. We got a little taste of the first quarter pace there right at the end. Run that back one more time, Clay Marshall. I think, yeah, that ball's blocked before it gets to the backboard. That's a clean block.
That's a clean block.
Relative to, I mean, there's contact that led to the foul, but it should not have been a goaltend by any means.
No, and the officials are explaining it right now, but man, what a first half. You know, for me, you come in and you talk about the Coyotes and their athleticism, but I really feel like Memorial did a solid job of on defense of just allowing guys like Cameron Lomax and Bryson Howard to do their thing, but not allowing anybody else to victimize them. And maybe if Coach Gibson overthought it, the way that he's going about it now, schematically, I think this is a recipe for success in being able to pull out a victory here at home.
His team's got a 5-point lead on their home floor at halftime, 32-27 the tally. A halftime show from the Black Diamonds coming your way here in a matter of moments. We'll step aside for just a second here on High School Game Night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Back at Frisco Memorial, the Black Diamonds dance team on the court right now, providing a halftime show, just as they did at halftime of the girls' game. A terrific performance a couple hours ago, and another chance to get a peek at it in what is a 32-27 tally here at halftime. Frisco Memorial's boys team ranked 9th in the state. Heckma with a 5-point lead on the #1 team in 5A, Frisco Heritage.
Yeah, they've got to feel really good about what they have right now. And I think Xander Przinski, man, he has been clutch in this game.
Yeah.
Finding his way, getting the rebounds when he's needed to. He's been big time defensively, keeping Bryce Howard off of the glass also. But man, you see, he's one of those guys that he gets behind your defense and picks up those easy dunks. They've got to account for number 33, who's having himself a game.
8 points so far on the game for Xander Przinski, certainly instrumental in what they have done so far. And he is that one kind of albatross in this basketball game that is a key differentiating point between these two teams. He's 6'9". Frisco Heritage, as fantastic as they are as a basketball team, they don't have that kind of size to match wits with him down low. And he is making his presence felt in this game.
And when you have that kind of length, Mike, as you've just talked about, it gives you several other advantages on the boards, giving him the ability to kind of tire out Bryce Howard, because Bryce Howard because he's the tallest player here for the Coyotes. He's having to battle down low, so he's doing double duty. We've seen several times where Bryce Howard is he's like the point guard setting up the offense. So look, he's guarding the perimeter and he's leading the charge on offense. So, man, that can make a guy pretty tired having to have that effort for 4 quarters.
11 points from Caden Defebaugh to lead the way for Frisco Memorial. He's been advertised as well. Let's talk a little bit about Frisco Heritage. Cam Lomax with a spectacular first quarter, 13 points in the opening period. He did have a couple buckets late in the second quarter as well, so he's at 17 now to lead all scorers in this basketball game. He is a sensational talent.
You know, and I said it before, and I'm going to continue to say it because my first introduction to Cameron Lomax was on the football field, and I've seen several times where he's been able to help defensively, get his hand in there and deflect balls, make steals, things like that. Offensively, they just need him to continue to keep the production going. He can't have an off quarter, Mike. He's got to continue to fill it up until the rest of these guys get going with him. Right now, Bryson Howard, again, I keep pointing out, man, he just has his hands full, hadn't been able to get his offense going so far.
17 for Lomax, another 8 for the 5-star Bryson Howard. I beg your pardon, 7 points for Bryson Howard, the 5-star that is on his way to Duke. They have been terrific as well, but it is Frisco Memorial that has the lead at the break. 5 minutes until the third quarter gets underway. We'll step aside for a moment, come back with the third quarter here on High School Game Night.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pumps out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else. Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines. Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads and still counting.
In a world filled with motion, we are the constant. Filled with storms, we are the calm. Filled with uncertainty, we are reassurance. We bring the truth. We bring hope, conviction, a legacy of grit, determination, honesty, and relevant reporting that doesn't just inform, but inspires. We are WFAA.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
5-point game, third quarter ready to get underway here on high school game night. Leading scorers at halftime, Frisco Heritage, 17 points from Cam Lomax, 7 points from Bryson Howard, 3 free throws from Roman Bradley. That's the entirety of their 27 points so far tonight. For Frisco Memorial, Caden Deffabaugh with 11, Xander Przinski with 8, James Johnson with 7, Dylan Steffi with a couple of buckets for 4 points, and 2 points for VJ Kashav, the entirety of their 32 points so far. We mentioned it off the top of the telecast. These two teams have played 11 consecutive games decided by single digits. The series is 8-7 in favor of Frisco Heritage. They have won the lion's share of the recent matchups, 4 straight in the series. Memorial won 6 of the first 8 to start things off, but only 1 of the last 7 ever since. But the last few in particular, very, very close. 3 points, 3 points, 1 point, and 4 points. The margins in the last 4 games between these two teams. Heck, this game is exactly what we should have expected it to be.
Yeah, and for me, Heritage right now, they need to shrink this floor. Just take away the space for Memorial, because Memorial has been victimizing them because of that space. And so it's going to be on the defensive end right now that I want to see Heritage dig in.
Memorial with possession to start the third quarter. Deffabaugh, their leading scorer at 26 a night. 11 in the first half, hunting for more. Long 2, buries it.
Glad that ankle is okay. He and Lomax got tangled up, and we were worried about those guys. It was a gnarly fall. Young bones, man, always prevail. But you can tell he's okay knocking down that three-pointer.
Lomax again with 17 in the first half. He's looking for more. Back iron with the 3. Long rebound comes right back to him. Balanzadagi hands it off for Bradley. Howard will try a 3. Offensive rebound. Shelton up top for Lomax. Bryson Howard yet to really get going. He's got 7 points so far on the night. The shooting touch just hasn't quite been there yet. We talked about this earlier. In deference to Bryson Howard, none of these guys have played in a week. This is a very weird set of circumstances, and he has done this kind of thing. He has impacted the game, creating turnovers and running the break, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, you talk about this layoff, and, you know, both of these coaches are just saying to their guys, any opportunity you have to get some shots up. Memorial, they went to a church and played because of the ice. These guys just got together on their own without the coaches. So, and as you mentioned, both of these teams have games tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, no rest for the weary. It's going to be a quick turnaround for both teams.
Howard gets a pair of free throws, hits the first. He's got 8 points now on the day. It was his shooting touch that was so instrumental in his evolution over the course of the last year from a recruiting standpoint. The jump shot started to fall, and he just skyrocketed from relative unknown, which only is relatively unknown as the son of an NBA player and former ACC Player of the Year can be. He's Josh Howard's kid. But from a recruiting ranking perspective, he was a relative unknown. And now all of a sudden, 8 months later, basically, he's the #1 player in the state of Texas and a 5-star prospect heading to play at Duke.
Has all the goods, 6'6", looks like he has a frame to put on even more muscle, and feel like he's going to be he's not done growing yet either.
Nice little step through there from Dylan Steffi. He's got 6 points now on the night. Lomax had it blocked by Brzezinski.
Brzezinski, that's the part, Mike, that I'm talking about for him. At 6'9", a true big on the floor right now. He is impacting the middle of this court.
Lomax, tough shot, hit it anyway.
Yeah, James Johnson is just holding on. James Johnson playing great defense on Cameron Lomax. Uh-oh, they're in trouble here.
They bring a little bit of pressure, but Shelton backs off of it.
See Heritage biting into this lead, Mike.
It's down to 5. The steal, Lomax, 2-on-1 in the front court. Blew the layup and hit his head on the stanchion behind the hoop. Back down the other way comes Memorial. Lomax back to his feet. Meanwhile, Brzezinski lays it in on the other end. It looks like Cam Lomax is okay.
And he did hit his head hard. He slid on the floor.
Valenzadegi nearly threw that one away. Howard's going to try a 3 and hit it. Woo.
Coach Kelly, he's throwing his hands up on that shot, but it fell, so.
12 points now on the night for number 12. Cuts the lead back down to 4. Brzezinski will try a 3, way short. Lomax, baseline, step back, 14-footer, way short. Brzezinski with the rebound, throws it up ahead for Childers, and Childers will look to run. Shelton thought he had gotten it clean from behind, but it's a foul.
Yeah, and Cam Lomax, he's complaining about being fouled on that last step back jumper.
The foul was on the floor, so it's a baseline inbound. I believe the stoppage is because they were trying to clear a piece of
watch the lob here.
Something off the floor. Brzezinski threw that one away. Wow.
Wow.
They say that was tipped out of bounds. Garrett Shelton certainly doesn't think that he got his hands on it. But that's the ruling, and it will be a sideline inbound here for Steffi. Deffa guarded by Roman Bradley. The sophomore, Steffi. Down the lane, tough shot. Nearly got that to go off the glass, but the rebound down to Howard. It was halfway down and curled off the front iron. Howard just dribbled it away to Deffa and then committed a frustration foul.
And sometimes you can just tell a guy's pressing a little bit, and maybe that's what Bryson Howard is doing right now. He's got to keep his head in the game. He has 8 points. He can explode at any moment.
Frisco Heritage riding a 16-game winning streak. They have not lost since November 29th against a Bishop O'Connell team out of Virginia that's been ranked as high as 12th in the country. Steffi. Deffa 16-footer.
Just making it look easy. Mid-range three-pointers, no matter what, is good with number 5 with the ball in his hands.
Caden Deffa now with 15 on the night. Howard tries another 3.
A little bit slowing the pace down a little bit here by Coach Gibson.
Steffi looks underneath. Johnson for the layup. The lead has ballooned to 8. Now a steal, nearly a layup. They say the block by Lomax.
And you can tell this sophomore, Dylan Steffi, he is frustrating Cameron Lomax.
Foul is called on Steffi. Quentin Gibson saying, how's that a foul if this one down here wasn't?
Right.
Baseline inbound for Shelton.
He's got a point.
He's saying to Larry Harris, our crew chief, you guys got to be consistent. That is a tough finish inside by the 5-star. Howard through the contact.
Like I was saying, man, a lot of times a guy like this pressing, trying to make those three-pointers, man, get down low, make something easy happen, even though that wasn't easy. Yes,
right.
A pirouette with the foul and finish.
He has 6 of their 8 points here in this, 6 of their 9 points rather here in this second half. The and one is complete. I should say 8 of their 10 now in the second half, courtesy of Bryson Howard. Kashav draws the foul. These are 2 teams, Heckma Harrison, from right here in Frisco ISD, a school district that has never had a boys basketball team win a state championship. They talk about how, hey, we don't want to just be Frisco good. We want to be statewide good. Both these teams qualify. They are statewide good. We have seen the level of basketball they play on the floor tonight.
Yeah.
They both have a chance to win a state championship this year in 5A D1 and D2, Heritage and Memorial, respectively.
And not only because of their offense, but because of their defense. And I'm telling you, looking at this Memorial team, they have all the goods. And one of the things that these Frisco teams have always ran into, second round of the playoffs, South Oak Cliff is waiting on them. And so, like you said, don't want to just be Frisco good. You want to be able to dominate pretty much all of 5A. And that's the kind of competition that you got to get past in order to win a state title.
That one was dribbled off his foot by Howard. So it's a 7-point lead and the basketball in the backdoor look for Brzezinski again.
You can't lose him. You can't lose him.
Xander Brzezinski with a dozen, and the lead is 9 for the number 9 team in the state on their home floor against number 1 Frisco Heritage. Lomax had it tipped away, comes right back to him. In amongst the trees, can't finish. Howard mistimed the leap, and here comes Memorial once again. Kashav, the freshman, a block.
I like this kid. VJ Kashav, he understands that, look, I got some superstars out here playing with me. I just want to play my role. And let me tell you something. You talk about AAU, this kid is a star.
Yeah.
Okay? Coming out of the feeder school, middle school, they knew exactly who Kashav was. Make sure you circle this kid's name. He will be a name to be reckoned with in Texas high school basketball.
He had an older brother that played for Memorial in recent years. And his head coach, Quentin Gibson, said he came in wise beyond his years, understanding, hey, this kid knows how good he is, knows what kind of potential he's got, but also knows, hey, Caden Defabaw's the big dog right now. He's the guy averaging 26 a game. I'm the guy who comes in off the bench and does whatever I can do to help the team win basketball games. And he's been okay with that role.
Yes.
And I don't mean that he hasn't been good. I'm not saying okay as in only okay. I mean he's been mentally okay with, you know what? I'm good with that. I'm cool with being whatever you need me to be.
That's right.
How many kids that are as highly recruited as this kid is have that attitude? That one's way short from Balanzadegi. Shelton nearly chased it down, but it's Memorial basketball. That's a really impressive character trait from this kid, VJ Kashav, to be as highly thought of as he is and come in and be deferential to the guys that have laid down the path in front of him.
And you like that, man, from a young guy like him, you know, to be that humble and just be a cog in the wheel. Not many superstars do you say that, cog and wheel.
That one's pulled down by Childers, still loose underneath. Brzezinski thought about a 3. Wow, Kashav had to sky to catch that one. Somehow got away. VJ Kashav, offensive foul.
He's beating himself up, but that's the right play for VJ Kashav. He saw Brzezinski backdoor. He was trying to lob it, and he would have brought the house down if that one failed.
The dribble move to get loose of the two defenders in the first place. nearly put everybody on skates in the building as it was, and if they had finished that off with the alley-oop, there would no longer be a roof on this building.
Hey, he sprained my ankle.
Final minute of the third quarter. The #1 team in the state in 5A on the ropes, on the road. Three-pointer, back iron, good rebound by Defabal. Defabal right into the teeth of the defense, and a foul, and Lomax cannot believe it.
Yeah, Lomax can't believe it because he has been manhandled in this game and hadn't gotten a call. Maybe expecting the tie-up.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I think even Caden Defabal wasn't sure until he saw what the official signaled, what the call was going to be, hence the celebration. He hits the first.
Man, they can open up a 13-point lead here. Ken Memorial.
One for two trip. Defabal's got 16. The lead is a dozen. Lomax with 8. Fires the 3. Short, tipped. Rebound fought for by Balanzadagi. It comes to Shelton with 1. Kick out. Howard, did he get it off? Rattles off. No good. And we head to the fourth. #1 Frisco Heritage down a dozen. Is there a comeback in the offing for Jabron Kelly's team? Fourth quarter after this on High School Game Night.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
but just to brag a little bit.
Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
#9 Frisco Memorial up a dozen as we start the fourth. Heckma Harrison, what would a win mean for this program?
It would put everyone on notice if Frisco Memorial is able to beat the #1 team here. Man, this is one of those games that, again, you talked about it in the open because of the ice, the storm. A lot of these guys hadn't been able to get in the gym. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but I tell you, you got one team out here that has continuously battled for every possession and every point, and that is Frisco Memorial. Right now, man, they have some, it's been their shot quality that I am really impressed with. They've been very efficient offensively. Yeah. If they can continue that again, this next 7:48 is pivotal.
Chandler Cornell draws the foul and will head to the free throw line for 2. Misses the first. What do you feel like is most important for Heritage to be able to kind of unlock? I mean, we're talking about back-to-back 10-point quarters for Heritage after a 17-point opening period. How do they get it going?
These guys are explosive offensively, and you know basketball is a game of runs. Let your dogs go out here and hunt. I mean, everybody, you see Cameron Lomax, one of my favorite players. He's, barking at the referees about calls. Look, play your game, Cam.
Brzezinski, a triple try. Banked it in!
Wow.
Aggressive offensively is Chandler Cornell. and he finds an answer.
Boy, and you needed that, and Cornell was the answer for Heritage.
Trying to crank up the pressure here a little bit. Nice find. Johnson looking backdoor for Brzezinski. He blew the dunk. Was too tough a feed. There's got to be some call here. What is it? Timeout called by Memorial. First, we've got to communicate what was the foul call. It's a block on James Johnson after the rebound by Bryson Howard.
And I know Coach Gibson is saying, look, that should have been a charge.
I think he called a timeout because he wanted to make his point.
Yes,
I think that's as much as anything else. And yeah, I mean, you don't get a whole lot more planted than James Johnson was. The only part of that that is understandable relative to the way that that was called is just the fact that it was so bang, bang, bang from shot miss to rebound to the foul. It was immediate bang, bang, bang. Makes it difficult to officiate. Certainly a lot more difficult than it is for us to look back at the replay. But I think that Quentin Gibson's got a case there for sure.
Yeah, he does. And Xander Brzezinski misses his first lob out here. So I think that set all of that in motion.
7 minutes to play. 12-point game. Can Cam Lomax get hot again? Right down the lane, draws the foul.
Wow. Oh, man. And you see the surprise look on the face of Steffi. Ow, no. You got the clear out with the left arm of Lomax.
Quentin Gibson hollering to Dylan Steffi, but what he's saying there is, Dylan, take the charge.
Yeah.
Step in and take the charge there rather than trying to challenge him at the hoop.
And Steffi's trying to let him know, he's like, I got 4 fouls. And he said, Coach said, no, you only got 3.
It'll be 2 free throws for Lomax. He had 13 in the opening quarter. Hits the first here. That gives him 20 now on the day. Two for 2. 10-point game.
Getting into this lead, and now a press look here coming from Heritage.
Shelton trying to pressure the sophomore James Johnson. Johnson picked up his dribble, throws it away, tipped, and the steal by Lomax. Lomax has got numbers if he hustles. Lost it, ripped away. Wow.
Wow.
Memorial ball.
Whoa. We've had some questionable calls. Technical foul called here on Brzezinski. It's a tech.
On Brzezinski?
Yes.
Quentin Gibson wondering what he did. Wow. Quentin Gibson asking for some clarification on what Brzezinski said that led to the tech. There must have been some confusion somewhere along the way because the call went in favor of Memorial. But it's going to send Lomax to the free throw line. Some free points here for the #1 team in the state. And 2 for 2, and he's got 23 now on the night, and the lead is down to 8.
Can't make these kind of mistakes against a team as good as Frisco Heritage. Window of opportunity open.
When Xander Brzezinski banked in the 3 in the first minute of this fourth quarter, the lead was 14 for Frisco Memorial. A 6-0 run And more importantly than anything else, perhaps, even than the 2 free throws, it basically works out to be a turnover because it was going to be Memorial ball. And the 3 from Lomax, and it's a 5-point game.
Just like that.
Tipped, nearly taken. Now it is. Up ahead, Bryson Howard. Showtime.
I was going to say that Bryson Howard almost bumped his head on the shot clock, but there isn't a shot clock. That's getting up there, boy.
Bryson Howard makes it a 3-point game. The foul here on Balanzadagi. But Heritage has turned this game on its ear in a blink. An 11-0 run to cut the lead to 3. Johnson, the sophomore, across the timeline. The Heritage fans on the far side amping up the pressure. Johnson. Childers through the lane, through the contact, and 1. Jackson Childers.
The 6'4" Jackson Childers looked like a fish out of water when he was coming from the 3-point line, but boy, once he got that contact, got into the paint, you could tell he got into his comfort zone.
He hits the free throw, the lead is back to 6. Lomax looking to answer, step back 3. Oh!
What a move, what a shot by Cameron Lomax.
Lomax has got 29, lead back down to 3. (29 of their 52). Defabaugh guarded by Howard. Tries to go by him, has it taken away. The steal by Shelton. Lomax running the floor. Lays it in. 1-point game.
Mike, when you asked me what did Heritage need to do, I said it. Let those dogs hunt, go on a run, and you see that exactly what they're doing right now, going on a run of their own. Cam Lomax is done talking with the officials. He's out here playing his game. Bryson Howard got back in this game with that dunk. Everything pointing in Heritage direction right now.
It is right now a 16-3 run to almost erase a 14-point lead for Memorial early in this 4th quarter. This has taken only about 3 minutes to transpire. Defabaugh, corner 3. Weak side rebound. Johnson, no. Przinski, the second tip will go.
He's a problem. The problem on the glass, and Bryson Howard trying to do everything that he can to hold him off.
Nice move inside, through the contact, and 1. Chandler Cornell springing to life in this second half.
That's the second time for Chandler Cornell when he's just taking matters into his own hands.
Quentin Gibson cannot believe the call. Neither can Dylan Steffi. The free throw is good, and the game is tied. 57 all, midway through the 4th.
They're trying to catch up with fouls here. Boy, keep up with fouls here. And Dylan Steffi asking, how many fouls is that for me? And I believe that's his 4th.
They're now wiping out the free throw. So I'm trying to hear what Thomas Haley is saying right now to the scorer's table. The free throw was not meant to be handed out to Chandler Cornell. The foul was apparently separate from the bucket by Cornell.
Well, so it's saying it was on the floor? Wow.
Trying to get a clear explanation as to what exactly the call is here. It was away from the bucket, so it is not an and one situation. It's going to be Heritage ball down 56-57. 57-56, I beg your pardon. The inbound will come to Bradley here on the baseline. It is still a 1-point lead for Memorial, but it's Heritage ball. Lomax for three against two defenders, missed it long. Bradley nearly saved it, but it's out of bounds. So what looked for a moment, Heckma, like a tie basketball game is still not quite yet.
Yeah, I just didn't understand the call. I thought it was, on the possession for Cornell on the shot. So I thought it was going to send him to the free throw line. No, this has been pretty strange, man, to say the least on some of these calls.
Memorial, though, still with the lead and an opportunity here to answer. Defabaugh gives it to Childers. 3.5 to play. Childers spins away, lost it. Bradley with the steal. Howard draws the foul.
Wow. And tempers are flaring between these two coaches because I have to agree here, Coach Gibson. As physical as it is, it seems like the calls right now not going Memorial's way.
Howard to the free throw line. Hits the first. Tie game at 57 all.
Now we're tied up.
In and out, and it's tied at 57. Steffi across the timeline, 3 minutes and change to play. In and out! Defabaugh couldn't believe it. Jump ball will keep it on this end.
I'm with Defabaugh. I've never seen a ball more. That was good, and then it bounced right back out. What elevation, though, on that three-point shot also by Caden Defabaugh.
$57 all. A battle of top 10 teams in the state in 5A. Frisco Heritage on a monster run to get back into this basketball game. They trailed by 14 early in this quarter. Only about 4.5 minutes worth of game time ago. It was 52-38. Memorial had the lead. Since then, Heritage has outscored them 19-5 to erase that lead altogether, Heckma. What in your mind has been most important in how they've been able to do this?
Well, I felt like the game turned on its ear with the technical foul against Xander Brzezinski.
Yeah.
Once he picked up that foul, it was the free throw, the technical foul shots. Then you come right back a three-pointer. Defensively, they get the turnover again, come right back down and get back. That's when everything pretty much started to snowball from there. And since then, Memorial, which has been a little bit calmer as far as it comes down to the calls, not here in these last couple of minutes. These guys have got to go back to making this thing look easy. When they're playing easy basketball, they are hard to guard. Now their shots have been few and far in between. When they can find Brzezinski for those backdoor lobs, and you've been able to see Caden Deffelbaugh take a couple 15-footers, not just three-pointers, but those middies that makes him so dangerous. They've got to get back to that offensively.
3 minutes to play. The steal. Cornell lays it in, and Heritage has their first lead since it was 16-15.
And Steffi has 4 fouls. Nothing he could do on that steal.
Kashav, the freshman, beats his man, but has it blocked. Howard with the erasure. Howard gets him on his feet. To the line he'll go.
James Johnson is sitting there. His hands are extended. A great job, Bryson Howard, getting into the body of James Johnson to pick up the foul. All of the momentum right now with Frisco Heritage.
Bryson Howard, the 5-star Duke commit, to the line to shoot 2. Front iron and down. 60-57. Two for 2. He's got 20 now on the night. And it's a 4-point lead for Frisco Heritage. A 23-5 run. Tipped. Last touched by Heritage.
Woo. Right over there on the sideline for Frisco Heritage. If that ref had pointed the other way, they would have come unglued. Another timeout taken right here as Memorial is reeling offensively.
If you're Quentin Gibson, nothing is going your team's way right now. But you are still right there. Yeah. Because of the work you did through the first 3 quarters, you're still right there. It's a 4-point basketball game. How do you flip this thing? What do you do? What lever can you pull at this point?
Look, winning habits show up possession by possession. And right now, going down towards the end, they've got to get back to that. These guys have done 20 to... They've won 20 games this season. So, look, don't come unglued here at home. Get back to your set shots, your design plays. Go back to your clipboard. And you see him right now sitting down, designing a play to calm this team down. I've asked both of these coaches, who do you go to when things get a little wonky? We'll see if what they said is true coming out of this timeout.
All the energy of a week's worth of sitting at home and doing a whole bunch of nothing coming out in the gymnasium right now. The Coyote fans on the far side bringing the noise as their team is on a run. Can Memorial find an answer? Out of the timeout, it's Dylan Steffi, the sophomore. Kashav gives it to Brzezinski. Memorial patient so far, and now a foul called. I believe it's going to be on Roman Bradley, bodying up the sophomore Steffi. Only the 4th team foul of the quarter on Heritage, so no free throws yet. Next free throw will put them in the bonus. Deffelbaugh had it blocked! Bryson Howard. That is a 5-star right there.
Yes, it is, and he has been, you see the way that he's playing him? He has been in Deffelbaugh's hip pocket. That is a big-time block right there by Bryson Howard.
Brzezinski backing down his man. They work it around to Kashav. Pump fake, 18-footer, no. Brzezinski with the board. Brzezinski up top for Johnson. Johnson gives it off for Defaball. Tipped and corralled by Lomax. Defaball's first points of the fourth quarter make it a 2-point game.
Boy, what a possession right here.
Lomax foul.
Wow.
31 points on the night for Cameron Lomax, the 4-star on his way to SMU. He'll shoot 2 with 1:09 to play.
Now this has been a tough draw for James Johnson, who has done his best against Cameron Lomax.
Misses the first.
Oh, wow, that is a big miss with 1:09 here in the fourth.
Cameron Lomax has not come off the floor much tonight. First basketball that these kids are really playing in a week. Legs are maybe a little tired. He hits the second, though, and it's a 3-point game. Lomax has got 32. Steffi blows by his man, gives in the corner for Kashav. Lots of defense down there. It's tipped away, and the steal by Howard. Bryson Howard coming out of the pack, racing down floor. The layup is no good. Defaball with the rebound, 45 seconds to play, and Defaball is fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Quentin Gibson saying it should be an intentional foul.
It should be. It should be. Chandler Cornell on the foul right there on Defaball.
Defaball is going to go to the free throw line, 39.8 seconds. A chance to cut the lead to 1 if he hits them both. It is not an intentional foul. It is a common foul and 2 free throws. They put a couple seconds back on the clock, 42 even. Defaball calmly hits the first. Defaball's got 20. It's a 1-point game. 40 seconds to play. No shot clock in Texas high school basketball. Heritage can theoretically hold it. Down the lane, kicking it out. Balanzadegi up top to Lomax. 28 on the clock. And a foul.
And that was the question that was asked by Coach Kelly. Like, look, I know I'm in the bonus, going to be able to get to the line. These are some big free throws coming up here from Cameron Lomax, who hasn't been the most consistent from the line here tonight.
He hit 1 of 2 last time, and that one rings out. And the look of anguish on the face of Cameron Lomax. One for 2. Timeout, Quentin Gibson. When they played last year, their games were decided by 3 points and 1 point. When they played earlier this year, it was a 4-point game, 57-53. It's a 2-point game with 19.5 seconds to play in regulation, Hackma Harrison. What's the message from Quentin Gibson right now? What, in your mind, should be the play?
Yeah, look, here's the deal. You know that if you foul, you put them back on the line. For you, 19 seconds is an eternity. Do you take a quick one? Do you go with something, something quick to Brzezinski? You know, those are all the questions that I have with the time expiring right now. This is a big time moment for Coach Quentin Gibson. The chess match between these two coaches, man, this has been playing out in real time all night. I'm telling you, Mike, 2 points right now would tie it up. 3 right now, I think would really make this crowd explode.
Possession arrow in favor of Heritage. Heritage has 3 timeouts left, 2 fulls and a 30. Memorial with 1 full timeout remaining. Memorial ball down to 19 and a half to play. Kashav hands it off to Steffi. 15 seconds left. The screen from Brzezinski comes. Steffi, cross court. Kashav, up top. Deffa ball headed, blocked! Blocked by Lomax! The dunk from Howard! I think they had stopped it prior. I don't think the dunk is going to count. I think they called a foul at midcourt. They're going to put time back on the clock here. This game is not over yet.
So they got to take those, they counted those, the dunk.
Yeah, the 2 points will have to come off. It'll stay 63-61. They're going to put 5 seconds on the clock. Jabron Kelly and his assistant coaches all saying that that should have been an intentional foul. I don't believe they're going to get that call either. But Howard is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Now they're saying 3 seconds. Every tick is going to matter here. .3. They also need to fix the score. They have not yet done that piece of the equation. It should be 63-61. And Memorial's chances, Heckma, are going to hinge on whether or not Bryson Howard hits 1 or 2 free throws. If he hits them both, the game will be all but over. If he misses one of these, Memorial will still have a chance.
And I tell you, Mike, Deffa ball.
He misses the first.
Deffa ball was going for the 3-pointer.
Cam Lomax, unbelievable.
Maybe the biggest play of the game, the block right there from Cam Lomax.
1 more free throw from Howard. If he misses, Memorial's going to have to fly. If he makes it, they'll have to hit a 3. Front iron. Brzezinski with the rebound and calls timeout immediately. No time came off the clock. They're going to figure that part of it out. But importantly, 0 for 2 at the free throw line for Bryson Howard means it stays a 2-point game.
Wow.
And a 3 will win it. Memorial only had 1 timeout left, so they have used their full timeout they had remaining. They will change it from 3.3 to 3.0.
Okay. All right.
And Memorial will have a chance here, Heckma, with 3 seconds on the clock.
What a game. Now, where do they take the ball out from? It's going to be full court?
It is going to be full court, yes. This is not NBA where you get to advance it to midcourt. Yeah, yeah.
This is going to take, so I'm sure for Heritage, they are going to press. Can't draw a foul here, but man, this is going to be a long 3-point shot.
Well, unless you can go, and now this would require an amazing pass.
Yes, it will.
But the play that comes to mind is Duke in '92 against Kentucky.
That was an incredible.
Christian Laettner off the pass from Grant Hill. Can you throw a pass that good? 3 seconds is a lot of time. You can probably dribble at least once, maybe twice, and get a shot off. The pass will come to Brzezinski. They give it off to Steffi. Steffi had it tipped away. Howard with the deflection, and it's over.
Wow.
Bryson Howard and all 6'6" of his frame in the way, and he blows the play up to win it.
Yeah. What a play. What an atmosphere.
What a basketball game. The Memorial, the Heritage assistant coaches coming right to us. That was a good one, right, baby?
That was a good one. No lie.
Yes, it was.
That was an incredible game. Way to compete. Both squads. Man, Heritage showing the heart of a champion and the reason why they are the #1 team. Look, at the end of it, man, all of the great winning habits showed up for them, and the way that they pulled this one out, they could have easily laid down, and they extend that winning streak to 17.
Unbelievable. And look at the celebration, the student section spilling onto the floor and bouncing around with the Heritage Coyote players as they engineer an unbelievable fourth quarter comeback. They outscore Memorial in the fourth quarter 26-12.
Yeah.
To come back and win by 2. Unbelievable. This is the final play, the deflection by Bryson Howard. Caden Defabaugh,
not happy.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Because he knew he had, if they had just been able to get the ball to him, he may have had an opportunity. It was a well drawn up play by Quentin Gibson. They drew up something really nice there that had a chance to work. But when you've got a 6'6", lengthy, long arm, 5-star kid in the way, it makes life difficult, and that's what Bryson Howard did.
Yeah, right place, right time. A great play by both of your superstars. Let's not forget about the shot block from Cameron Lomax on Caden Defabaugh. That shot, I think, completely saved the game for Frisco Heritage. But then, in those 3 seconds left, Bryson Howard, man, deflecting that pass. Really, again, when they needed their superstars to make the biggest plays, they did exactly that. Cameron Lomax, Bryson Howard, as advertised, man, heart of a champion in a game like this. It is going to be hard-pressed for the state title not to come back to Frisco from one of these teams. What a game.
Jabron Kelly there in the middle of your screen with a big hug from a friend of his, fired up to see Heritage come back and pull off this victory. That fourth quarter was exhilarating.
This entire game.
It really was. I believe this is going to be the three-point block by Lomax, yes, of Defabaugh at the top of the key. That was the difference in this game, Hakma, was the defensive presence of the superstars from Frisco Heritage. The hands in the passing lanes, the block shots. Howard and Lomax, as terrific as they are offensively, where they most impacted the game was with plays like this.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, man, for any coach and for Coach Kelly, man, when your superstars are putting it on the line like that in the final moments, everybody else has to pull their weight. And, man, Cameron Lomax, again, I can't say enough. He got it basically started on that block on Defabaugh, but Bryson Howard, he finished the deal.
Unbelievable basketball game between these two teams. Frisco Heritage and Frisco Memorial, 63-61 the final score in favor of the Coyotes. 33 points from Cam Lomax, 20 more from Bryson Howard. The lion's share of Howard's impact coming in the second half, helping them make this run and get back in the basketball game.
Yeah, I love the
sensational.
I love the fact that Bryson Howard, he calmed down. You know, it seemed like he was pressing a lot in that first half, but man, towards the end of the third and the fourth, when they needed him to come up big, he did exactly that. Rebounds, defense, all of those things, all of the intangibles besides scoring, you started to see him kick those things in for his squad. Man, this Frisco Heritage squad, man, they're pretty good. And when you start talking about what you believe are the best teams in the states and rankings and all of that, if you haven't got an opportunity to see these guys, and this was your first time seeing them tonight, maybe in those first couple of quarters, like, look, that's the #1 team. They showed you in the fourth quarter with the way that they I mean, literally, they just came out and said, not tonight, and they went on a run. They took advantage of every miscue that Frisco Memorial made. And let me just say this, too, about Frisco Memorial. That's a doggone good team, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a team that has legitimate state championship hopes of their own.
Yeah, Dylan Steffi, at point guard, the way that he leads these guys, he and Xander Brzezinski, and I'm saying this because I know their lead dog is Caden Defaball, who is as advertised. But, man, he doesn't have to do it alone.
No.
And, yeah, Dylan Steffi is outstanding. Love the way that kid battled tonight. And VJ Kashav, can't say enough about the job that he did also. This was a fantastic game.
20 from Defabon to lead the way for Frisco Memorial, who did go cold there in the fourth quarter and certainly had some turnovers that helped aid the Frisco Heritage comeback. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, though, in the fourth quarter when we started talking about where this game tilted. It was, with all due respect, it was the technical foul on Xander Brzezinski. It was that sequence that changed this basketball game. You were just coming off of a couple free throws from Lomax. The tech happens on what was going to be, based on how the play was called, and I think you and I both thought maybe not the right call.
Right.
Whistled and called Frisco Memorial basketball. We never really got a clear picture on exactly what he said or what happened that led to the technical foul, but it did seem from what we did hear from the officials as they were explaining to Quentin Gimson that it was something that was said that led to the technical foul.
Right.
2 free throws for Lomax, cuts the lead to 52-44. And then, because of the technical foul, what was going to be Memorial basketball flips to Heritage ball, and Lomax buries the 3, and it's 52-47 like that. And then I believe it was only just moments later, the tip, the run out for Howard, and the dunk that made it a 3-point game. And it was, what just happened in the last maybe 90 seconds worth of game time? It completely changed the basketball
What was the
game.
biggest lead, though? The biggest lead in this game? Did it get up to 12 or 15?
14, I believe, was as big as it got very early in the fourth quarter on the three-pointer from Brzezinski that banked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it gets to 14, and from that moment, I think things just – it was a seismic shift that happened. And, I mean, again, Xander Brzezinski, don't want to – put this on him in any way.
I don't mean to do that.
Right?
No, yeah.
I'm just basically saying that was a moment in this game that, again, I thought that foul was going to go against Memorial, and they ended up getting the ball back. So, again, whatever was said to the referee at that particular time, again, changed the trajectory of this game from that moment. These are two teams that I would bet the house are going to have an impact on who wins the state title. But Bryson Howard and Cameron Lomax, to me, your two superstars come in a game like this when you need it. Cameron Lomax basically carried this team in the first quarter all by himself, and he finished the night by making one of the big defensive plays. I love this performance tonight.
20 points from Caden Defabon, 17 from Xander Brzezinski, but it's not enough for number 9 Frisco Memorial. 33 points from Cam Lomax, 20 more from the 5-star Bryson Howard, and Frisco Heritage comes all the way back for the win. A fourth quarter comeback for the ages for the number 1 ranked Coyotes, and they remain on that winning streak, now 17 in a row. They're 22-2 on the year, thanks to a big-time comeback win on the road tonight. For our entire high school game night crew, our director, Clay Marshall, our photographers, Cody Pryor and Dwayne Watkins, Hank Harrison alongside, I'm Mike Leslie. Thanks so much for joining us. Nice to be back with y'all. A little bit of high school basketball back on WFAA+, and we will be back only 5 days from now. February 3rd, correct? Tuesday night, whatever date Tuesday is. Just trust me, it's Tuesday, although I could have told you this one was going to be Tuesday as well. So maybe don't trust me. Tuesday night, North Crowley and Mansfield Lake Ridge, a couple of state-ranked teams, both boys and girls, squaring off another girls and boys doubleheader here on High School Game Night. We will see you on Tuesday night in North Crowley for that one. Good night, everybody.